Excuse me.
I'm not giving to LeBron because I don't like LeBron.
I like him already.
On the stat sheet, so like taking charges, like that's my favorite thing. I like a charge in my mixtape. My friend texts me, he's like, I never seen someone put a charge in the mixtape. I'm like defense wins games. Like,
so there was a constant battle about Dunkin' Donuts versus Tim Hortons, and it was it's never ending.
I got up, I fixed my helmet, I look, and I just see Herb take off. Like he just, I just see the hair flowing, like now going running, and yeah, you got to see Herb when he runs. His eyes are always like, so I just knew, like I knew he was running, So
he's your life. Like, go out there, defend, go out there, rebound, like, give your heart, like, sacrifice. You can get a scholarship just for defense. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this guy's unstoppable when it comes to basketball as well. But yeah, definitely one-on-one, he got me.
Fried rice, you can't be eating fried rice all the time. But
you'd be switching your sports. You'd be going from basketball to sumo.
I know. I already got the bun, you see?
How the spider tech basically is just like completely just crazy, like should not be allowed. Rosin and sunscreen and everything, that's been around forever and it's never been a true problem. But right now, like the big thing is spin rates are up.
It's our defense because Mace, you're gonna get 285, 280 hitting you, and you gotta, and I'm only 240, so I gotta bring my technique. And then KT's just a freak athlete in itself, so you gotta bring your hard hat and your lunch pail every day.
Can I just say this? Man, I just love your competitive nature, bro. Like, I feel like I'm ready to strap on the jersey right now, man. I'm only 5'5", so I don't know what I can do.
I'm gonna say Diana, man. I don't know what it is. She just always seems to come up clutch all the time, 24/7.
When they say, listen, you know how as coaches you get mad at the guy just standing in the corner and watching another guy cook. I can't be like that because I was watching you cook.
Running, it's like if you take a day off, like you'll feel it, and if you take 4 months off, you're really gonna feel it.
It was impeccable. So watching certain highlights, I'm like, yo, I gotta try it. And trust me, not everything was as good as it looked now. Because no look passes I threw off of somebody's face.
Woo! Still getting new to this, but we are here again. Episode 2.
And I got a new camera. I'm not sure if anybody can tell, but it looks a whole lot better in here.
Hey, man, it really does, man. I definitely feel the energy, new energy coming off of this off of our first episode last week, man, which was great and amazing. Absolutely. But again, thank you. Welcome everybody for coming on here. Episode 2 with Reece and Charles, man. How you doing, Reece?
Doing good. Already prepared to talk a lot of shit about Kyrie. It's a mess. If I'm Brooklyn, I'm like, how do we opt out of this contract and not lose money? Like, what do we do to get out of this?
So let's just get into it right now, man. As everybody knows that's been, watching and listening to the Nets situation this season, the Kyrie situation as well. I'm gonna let you go first, but before you do, I really want everybody to understand that, and I'm pretty sure Reece, you agree to this too. Like, this is not going to be about in total like the vaccine.
No.
Right. But it's from, and again, you'll hear my thoughts on it, but I would say it's deeper than the vaccine, if that makes sense. But go ahead. Let's hear you first.
For me personally, I try not to, as far as when we are on the show, I try not to swing one way or the other as far as the talking about vaccines go. There's a lot of opinions out there. I just want to talk sports most of the time.
Right.
However, when there is a player who's willfully harming his team out of just absolute refusal to get the vaccine, it's damaging to not just the franchise that can't do anything with you and has a lot of money invested in you, but to the team. Like, this is a team sport, and you're supposed to be a leader on this team as a point guard specifically. That's a leader's position. And you're not leading the team because you're not there. I mean, and it's insane to me. I'm like, look, man, I don't know how most people feel about mandates as far as vaccines go, but you're getting paid millions of dollars to play this game. Okay. You're one of the few privileged people that have enough talent and put in enough hard work to get here, and you're willing to sacrifice that over this? Why? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, at the end of the day, this should be about basketball, and it doesn't look like this is about basketball for you. Like, Andrew Wiggins showed that at the end of the day, basketball was the number one priority when he went and got the vaccine. Kyrie's not showing that, and as a teammate, if you're looking at Kyrie, what does this tell you? Like, this guy's number one priority isn't this team.
And the most intriguing part about this is Kyrie is the reason why Kevin Durant is there.
Yes.
Kyrie's the reason. Well, he's part of the reason why James Harden's there. My biggest problem is that, you know, there was rumblings and talks when Kyrie Irving was with the Celtics in 2019, and you seen the famous clip of him and Kevin Durant talking at All-Star game, and you know there was talks saying that's what the conversation they was having, and if you can read Kyrie's lips, he's saying the time is now. The time is now. Why not come and join here? Now again, this is where the part of the vaccination comes into part. No one knew anything. No one knew that COVID was coming. You know what I mean? No one knew. So to give Kyrie credit, he was going based off of just regular day, routine, regular day season, no COVID. But then when it does hit, when your whole team has proven that they are all locked in and all dialed into, the ultimate goal, which is to win a championship, and they clearly have the talent to win. Just like you said, Reece, Andrew Wiggins, which his situation was different, right? They denied him even when he said it was part of his religion.
Legit, yeah. They were like, you still can't come into the building. So he still, I'm pretty sure, even till this day, I'm pretty sure Andrew Wiggins is possibly still like, man. But that team has a chance to go far. Steph Curry. Yeah, they look good this year.
They look good. Klay Thompson's coming back. So Andrew Wiggins sees the bigger picture. Kyrie Irving, you need to see the bigger picture. I'm sorry. The NBA to me has been boring without Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a great player. He's the most incredible ball handler I've ever seen in my life.
He is an incredible ball handler.
The best finisher.
Best handles I think I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, man. He's box office. People want to see that. Now, again, for me, I understand basketball is just a sport at the end of the day. Real life is real life. And I and Kyrie Irving has done a lot, with charity and with the American people in general, and the homeless, the you know what I mean, the people that are struggling. He bought what house? He bought George Floyd's family a new house.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So Kyrie Irving is a great person, but honestly, with this situation here, we are strictly talking about the game of basketball. Yeah. And you have to roll with the punches. The NBA is saying, listen, in certain states, you need to be vaccinated to play.
Specifically in the one that your team is in.
Yeah.
Like, you play in New York now. This is how this is.
And why has it registered in his head that he's like looking at all his teammates? He's like, okay, if nothing's bad has happened to them, if they're all vaccinated, like,
yeah,
okay, let me. let me go. There hasn't, for now, there hasn't, I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, there hasn't been any. Well, Jaylen Brown, for example, got tested positive. Al Horford, you get those, but it wasn't like it was last season, where it seemed like every week certain
Someone
teams,
was
certain
gone.
players, someone was gone. But so you see the difference in it, right? You see the difference in it. So when he says that he wants to speak for the, what was it, the hope? What was it? Not the hopeless. The, what did he say? Kyrie Irving he wants to speak for the, basically the people that don't have voices.
Yeah.
That comment was just ridiculous to me because half of the people that can't talk have passed away with COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just don't see where this is going. And honestly, they are like I've heard that they are looking for trades for Kyrie Irving, but who's gonna take them?
Yeah, who wants to make that deal? Like, let's say you trade him to like Philly, okay? They still have to play in New York regularly. There are two teams in that division they have to play in states that you have to be vaccinated to be there. I don't know how you justify this to your teammates. Okay, I'm not saying that Kyrie's a bad person. I think Kyrie is a great person. I agree with you on that. But does this make you look like a good teammate? That you're saying this is the hill I'm going to die on, even if it affects my entire team? Coaches, players, people are relying on you, and you're not showing up because of pride or stubbornness, one of the two.
And it's, listen, man, like, and we're not trying to get too political on here, but like at the end of the day, man, I get it. You got to respect a person's decision on what they want to do with their body.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like you said, man, he's making millions and millions. He is sitting.
This is the compromise. It's not a bad one. I mean,
they are paying him for not playing. So, Kyrie, you cannot tell your average American person to not take a vaccine at a job that they are at, requiring them to get vaccinated. They can't sit home and just make money while they get dressed or while they go to sleep.
The circumstances are different.
It's very different. So I don't know where this is gonna go, and we haven't heard from him. I don't know what, if you're out trying to, and again, I respect that you're probably doing stuff, behind the scenes. I get that. There's certain things we probably don't know what Kyrie Irving is doing, but at the same time, man, you're a public figure. Let's see what you're preaching about. Let's see what you're trying to do, and then maybe that changes. That has a different perspective, because when you have protesters outside of the Barclays Center, charging not peacefully, they charging inside the building while there's a game going on because of you, Kyrie, because you're not speaking up. Again, we can get into so much political stuff, because this reminds me of something, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to offend anybody, but that situation reminds me of somebody. But go ahead.
And it bothers me that he keeps saying he's trying to like stand up and speak for the downtrodden. And I'm like, Kyrie, if an average blue collar worker tried to do what you're doing right now, they would struggle to survive. You could quit playing right now and have enough money to live the rest of your life happily. Okay. You would be fine. Okay. The average American can't do that.
Can't.
Like, you're setting an example that's impossible for anyone else to follow. It's insane.
And the sad part about it is that we know Kyrie Irving is one of the best players in the NBA. And again, Kyrie, I'm rocking with you when you're like, yes, you want to be bigger and cut through the loopholes of what the world tells us that it is. And don't get me wrong, the world is all messed up. We're all figuring this whole new world out, right? But at the same time, man, this is supposed to be your escape from the stress. That 2 hours of playing with other great players. You're playing with Kevin Durant and James Harden. what is going on here? My
Blake
Celtics,
Griffin and LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, these are great players.
I just don't get it, man. I just feel like the greats that are in this game today, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, they are playing.
They're
playing and trying to win a championship because they understand this is their escape. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave something with you two if you have any last things about this. But one thing I'm gonna say is, listen, Kyrie, like, even though you're probably not listening to us, you know what I mean? But
well, maybe he is. I don't know what he does.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to have Kyrie on the show.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
If you ever want to come on.
If
you're listening out there, if you ever want to tell us we're idiots, feel free to do so.
Right, exactly. I will still watch you play basketball.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, Kyrie Irving, when you were with the Celtics, when you were over here in Boston, I was rooting for you, Kyrie. I was really rooting for you. You changed the energy in the city. Obviously, I understood when you said that you had personal stuff. Who doesn't? Because people do tend to forget that these athletes have other lives too. They got human beings at the end of the day. So I respect what Kyrie said. He got bashed for saying when he lost certain people in his family, he couldn't focus. I get that. But it sucks that it's every year there's something occurring with Kyrie that can just be, I want to say can be handled, but just, man, Kyrie, man, use this as an escape. Use basketball as an escape. It is an art, Kyrie. You said it's an art. It is an art. Basketball is an art. But just use it, make it.
I never understand Kyrie because, like you said, there's always something going on. And like even before this, there was that where he was refusing to speak to the press and he was getting fined by the NBA because he refused to talk. And I'm like, that's part of your job. And now you're saying you want to be the voice, but then you didn't want to talk to anybody.
The voice of the voiceless. That's what he said. The voice of the voiceless.
You want to be the voice of the voiceless now, but then you didn't want to talk at all. You're picking and choosing when this matters. And
when other people talk about like his particular, I forget what it's not getting to me right now, registering to me right now. But his religion, you know, he's walking around with sage and stuff. I don't care about that because I actually respect that. I think that's actually cool. When he did when he did that whole sage when he went to Boston, they actually whooped our you know what. So something worked. But at the end of the day, man, Kyrie Irving, man, you're a great player. You're a champion. You hit one of the biggest shots in the NBA Finals history.
And I've never seen somebody give Steph more trouble in their life.
Oh my gosh, man! So
I get up underneath him all night.
He's one of the listen. I will give him the ball with 5 seconds left any day of the week. Every time. I'm sorry, like if I'm looking at Kevin Durant and Kyrie, this might be a little. I'm
controversial. I'll pass to Kyrie.
Too. Don't get me wrong. I see you 7 foot, whatever you are, Kevin Durant.
I see you, Slim Reaper, out there, but I'm not. If Kyrie's open, I'm passing to Kyrie. Like
listen. Out of the three, I'm not giving it to James Harden because James Harden hasn't proved anything in the playoffs for me.
Yeah, and also he can't get fouls anymore, so
exactly.
It don't look as good. It don't look as good.
So I'm gonna go with the man that's hit game. Now don't get me wrong, Kevin Durant has hit big shots in the finals.
Yeah, he has
over LeBron James too. But Kyrie hit one of the biggest shots because people talk about so let me ask you a question. All right, I know we're flipping all over the place, but what in that 2016 season finals of Game 7? What in your because I've heard so many mixed like answers.
Mm-hmm.
What in your opinion was the biggest play, the block or the shot?
Okay, this is really hard for me. Okay. Because for me personally, I love great defense. And so seeing LeBron chase him down and get up over him was just brutal. Like it was brutal to watch.
And remind you, he was at the opposite end.
Yeah, and I didn't forgot that LeBron could move that fast. Like he just full on sprinted down court, jumps over Andre Iguodala and slams that ball off the backboard. Okay. That being said, Kyrie had ice water in his veins on that shot. Okay.
My God.
It was like he forgot where he was. Like he was like, this isn't game 7. This is first game of the season. This is backyard shoot around. This is nothing. And he just went up like it was nothing. It was a beautiful shot, even though the Warriors blew the lead in that finals.
Yeah,
they
did. Right.
It's fine. But Kyrie just, man, this is a hard one. I'm gonna say, for me personally, that block is amazing. Like, I think it was a better play for me, just because it's hard for a 6'8" man to move that fast down the court from the other end. Okay, and get down there and get in the air in time to block that shot. So
I'm gonna go with the shot, man. I'm gonna go with the shot. I'm gonna go with the shot, and I get what you're saying. I hear your argument on the block because, and obviously with the commentary, my guy, what's his name, with Mark Jackson, and you know who I'm talking. The bang, yeah. That play was set up for the shot.
Mm-hmm.
But man, you gotta listen. I didn't, and I argue with LeBron James fans because I'm saying, listen, if it was me, I would have got the block, and I'm calling for the ball.
Yeah,
I need to hit a game winner too.
Yeah, I chased him down. I deserve this. Okay,
right.
None of the rest of you made it down there that fast. I get the ball.
But it's good to have a sidekick that will take you to that promised land. It's just the moment was never too big for Kyrie in that moment, and he could have airballed.
True.
And that could have changed the whole thing. So I think the shot was really impressive.
And I've said this before, but I would like to reiterate it now. That shot was fantastic, but it's not the most impressive thing that Kyrie did in that finals to me. The most impressive thing was him taking Steph Curry out for quarters at a time. Okay? Like, he would just lock on to him and never let him get free. Which is hard to do because Steph can shoot it through a brick wall. Okay, God. Nothing phases the guy, but somehow Kyrie just got to him over and over again and made it really hard for him to get shots up and get consistent. And that's the reason they were able to come back and win that finals. Was defense just took over, and then you could say that playing that great of defense, Kyrie earned that shot. So
he definitely earned that shot.
Yeah, he earned that shot.
So. I don't understand the switch. Why would Klay Thompson switch on that? Because Klay Thompson was the best defender on Kyrie. But hey, listen, Kyrie. I don't think Kyrie did. It didn't matter who was guarding him. Kyrie's going to take that shot.
I think Klay was tired. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think so.
Klay was like, I've been chasing this kid for too long. Steph, do something. Anybody, do something.
So yeah, again, Kyrie Irving. We wasn't bashing you. We just want to see some great basketball from you, man. Because I'm sorry, and we're about to get into this trash team. We're about to talk to my Celtics. Listen, I want to see Nets versus Lakers. I need it.
It'll be the greatest show on earth.
I need it. I just need it because at the end of the day, it's Russell Westbrook going against Kevin Durant. LeBron going against Kyrie. AD going against Harden. Oh man, come on, man. Come on. I think the culture of basketball needs that matchup. But Kyrie needs to be in there because as we could see, the East is wide open. And, the Bulls, we're about to get into the Bulls talk. We're about to get into some Bulls talk. But I just feel like Kyrie Irving, man, just come back, man. Get vaccinated. And again, I hate to even say that. It's just more like, it makes sense, man.
Makes sense.
Just get vaccinated. None of your teammates nothing's happened. All right. It's just do it and play back. Kevin Durant, it seems like it's not affecting him.
Yeah.
He's on pace to playing one of his best basketball in his career.
Do it so we can get back to watching you play great basketball. Okay. This is completely selfish on our part. We're tired of you not being there. Okay?
Come on, man. Like,
get back on the court.
Get back on the court, bro. So, shout out Kyrie Irving.
Shout out Kyrie Irving for sure.
Now, all right. We just mentioned LeBron James.
Mhm.
LeBron James. The Lakers, man, they've been on a little winning streak, man. Russell Westbrook is playing great basketball.
Mhm.
I think he's getting his fill of his teammates. I believe they're on a 2-3 game winning streak.
Yep.
They do play the Thunder tonight, correct? Did they play the Thunder
Yep.
tonight?
I think that's tonight.
Oh, no,
rematch.
Rematch tonight. Yeah, they play the Thunder tonight. And actually, no, I'm sorry, I lied. They play them Thursday.
Thursday night. Okay.
All right, but yeah, the Lakers, man. I think this is they needed that game against the Spurs when LeBron was out from Westbrook playing outstanding. Even though a couple nights later he had 10 turnovers, it was like he had a quadruple double. It's like, what?
That's what you get from Russ. He's going to turn the ball over, but he's also going to dominate stats wise. Like, it's the weirdest setup because I think actually like it somehow is like his balancing act. Like the better he does statistically, the more turnovers he's going to have. Like, I don't understand how it works.
But playoff time, man, you can't turn
the ball over like that.
You can't. And
playoff time, pass it to Melo.
Oh my gosh. See. Go ahead.
Melo looks like the best 3 shooter on that team. Okay, let's be honest. We knew that coming in though, that Melo in that starting 5 was going to be the best 3 guy.
Listen, he might be in the 3-point contest this All-Star game. You never know.
He looks so good. Like, I love the way he's kind of like transitioned his game. The older he's gotten to just becoming pure like a 3 guy, like 3 and D. Yeah, yep. And he can still go to the basket if he wants to. He still has that great turnaround, fade away. But
can't play defense. Can't play
defense. I mean, we can't ask him to do everything.
Right.
He's always been a prolific scorer. That's been his thing.
Right.
Even at Syracuse, I mean, that was what he did. That's just
one of the best college runs of all time.
He just dominated scoring. Like, you didn't worry about him defending. You were going to be 30 points ahead.
That's it.
So, I mean,
I think. Well, I don't think it's shown. He saved the Lakers already. Games.
Several games.
Just off of scoring 26, 24 points. Just from 3. He'll get this mid-range. He'll get his post moves. But like you said, man, he's been outstanding from the three-point shot. One player that has impressed me the most, though, and I'm really watching him more and more, is LeBron James.
Yeah.
Listen. If this hasn't shown you that why LeBron is so calm after every, adversity he faces on teams, this is why. He sees the bigger picture. And again, we said that in our last segment with Kyrie. You got to see the bigger picture. LeBron's calmness keeps everybody else calm.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get a little annoyed with me. I'm gonna keep mentioning my scrub Celtics. This is the type of player that they need.
They need leadership.
They need leadership. When your best player is calm, guess what? Everybody else is gonna be calm. No one's gonna be fighting in locker rooms. No one's gonna be, even though that little scramble against the White AD, that they squashed that. LeBron probably paid for their dinner and went somewhere.
And when Westbrook got ejected, did LeBron freak out?
No.
When he got ejected versus OKC, LeBron knows. He's like, these are grown men.
These are grown.
We gotta stay calm.
Stay calm.
We can win if we stay calm. Okay.
I've been to 12 finals.
Yeah, we can stay calm and win this. I've been down in several finals. Okay. We can win this if we stay calm.
It's amazing to me. And you see this you see this every year with a LeBron James basketball team. They hit some form of adversity It could be, and that's maybe the curse of being on a LeBron James team or just being LeBron James. You could lose the first 2 games of the season. Oh, they're done. LeBron just done.
Doesn't look like the same team.
Doesn't. Oh, LeBron, what? 20 years? What? Oh, he's looking slower. No.
I mean, he's not doing as much because he doesn't have to. This team is loaded, guys. Okay. Like, if he needed to turn it on and put up 40, I'm sure he still could if he wanted to. But he doesn't have to. He can pass it to AD. He can pass it to Russ. He can pass it to Melo. I mean,
oh my gosh. And the thing is, man, with his calmness, the thing that I appreciate the most, and you probably heard this, it is gonna be weird. It's gonna suck when he retires.
Yeah, it's gonna be really bad.
It's going to be so weird that LeBron is not at a media day or not at a press conference after.
Who do you think the next guy is? Who's like the face of the NBA?
That's a great
because LeBron's been the face of the NBA for so long. You know,
you could say Cade, but no. You want to know why LeBron is the face of the NBA? Not obviously his basketball accolades is through the roof, but what he does outside of the game.
Mm-hmm.
What he has changed with players. This is why players are. This is why not with Kyrie, but this is why what certain players take control of what they can control.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, trade me. I want to be traded. Yeah. He has given the voice to players. I'm all about the players, and that's one of the greatest thing LeBron has ever did. And the reason why I mentioned that because he changed the game. He went from Cleveland to Miami.
Mm-hmm. Turned out $80 million. Which, when that happened, I was like, I don't care win, lose, draw. You have my respect. You turned down $80 million
to go to South Beach.
Yeah, and get a ring.
What did he get? 2? He got 2 of them. Went to 4 finals. Could have easily won all 4 if he was just more locked in because you remember he played the villain role. Right, Kawhi. That first year, he played the villain role. Everybody hated LeBron. Cleveland hated LeBron. Everybody hated LeBron. He had to go through that. That was new for him. The second year, he gets it done. He beats OKC. The third year, he beats the Spurs. They just ran out of gas that last year. You know what I mean? And then comes back home and goes to 3 other finals.
Yep.
Wins 1. He just ran into a powerhouse.
Yep. He was like, it's been nice, guys, but there's this kid named Kyrie over in Cleveland. I'm gonna go see what he's about.
I'm gonna see what he's about. I don't care who. Oh, Richard Jefferson. All right, I get it.
Right.
Channing Frye, just shoot in the corner. Hey,
J.R. We'll see. We'll see.
J.R. Smith, bring an extra bottle of Hennessy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I think Kendrick Perkins was on that team too. It's just like, yo, he can bring anybody with him.
Yeah.
And now he has to stay healthy.
That's true.
He has to stay healthy. He is getting
She's
older.
done a great job of to have that long of a career. Like,
oh my gosh. Spends millions of dollars on his body.
He's got to be, I don't know, top 3 all time in durability. Like, the man just can stay healthy on the court.
Without a doubt.
There's been a lot of guys in this league who have been a lot of what ifs that if they could have just stayed healthy, they would have been great. Like Grant Hill, if he could have stayed healthy for his entire career, Grant Hill would have been a prolific player. And he's still a Hall of Famer, 7-time All-Star. But But staying healthy is hard.
Can you imagine him and Tracy McGrady when they were supposed to play with each other in Orlando? That would have been.
Neither one could stay healthy. Like, I mean,
I don't know. I like that Grant Hill analogy. So with this Lakers team, man, you know, we can even mix this into this question. Who's the most challenging to them in the West right now?
See, this is hard because the West is so weird to me right now.
Oh my god!
Because the teams that were great last year look like they're struggling this year, and the teams that were on the cusp last year look like they're above it now. Like they're rising. Like, so, for me personally, the if I were to say the team they're going to struggle with the most this year, it's probably going to be the Warriors because they have nobody to defend that 3-point line. Okay, none of their starting five, other than AD, are great defenders. Okay, LeBron can when he wants to be, but when LeBron wants to be is the question.
I like that Warriors pick.
And when Clay comes back, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with the 3-point line? Like, they're gonna shoot you out of the stadium if you're not careful.
And don't and listen, they're gonna judge Clay when he comes back for the first time. He's been missing all his shots. Listen, Klay Thompson, I'll give you the ball. I don't care if you missed 100 in a row.
Yeah,
that one shot, I'm gonna pass it to you. You're right there in the corner, which is his best 3-point shot. Best 3-point range is the corner. I'm gonna give that to you.
I don't care if he misses 100 in a row, because I know the minute he makes one, he's gonna make 1,000. Okay, that is the way that Clay plays. Like,
what did he score? 30 something in a quarter or something like that?
Yes.
A couple years ago?
If he gets hot, he dominates. Okay. Now it could be on and off. Him and Steph are that same way though. Both of them are streaky 3-point shooters. Like, they get hot, they dominate for a quarter, they could disappear the next quarter, but in the fourth quarter they'll come back in and do it again. Okay, like that's how they both are. And somehow they've always been able to like rotate quarters. Like, hey man, I'll take off this quarter, you handle that one.
Oh my gosh.
And they dominate that way.
My biggest concern with Clay, not concern, but with his 2 injuries that he's had back to back, is he going to be one of the best defenders anymore that he was? You know what I'm saying? Because the game has gotten there. Maybe the game has gotten faster.
It is faster.
You mean to tell me
a lot of young guys?
If Klay Thompson switches on a John Morant, if Klay Thompson, come on, man, switches on all these young players, because the league has gotten younger, they're getting faster. You can see the old people. They're getting there. They're getting kicked out a little bit. I like where the game.
Like, you try to switch on Melo. Try to switch on Melo and see what happens. Okay.
So the thing is, man, like, I'm gonna read this off to you. I'm just gonna read you the first eight teams. 8, maybe. What's the play-in? 9 to 10, 8, 1 to 10, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna read you the first 10. All right, and tell me which team you like. I got so number 1 right now, and this is just the standings in the Western Conference. You got the Jazz number 1, 5-1. Okay. The Jazz have been playing great basketball.
They have.
The Warriors are 5-1. The Nuggets 4-2. They're number 3. At number 4, the Mavs are 4-2. Number 5, and again, this is the beginning of the season, so obviously certain teams that you wouldn't think that might shift down. But number 5 is Minnesota.
Yeah.
Number 5 is Minnesota. Number 6 is the Lakers. Number 7 is the Sacramento Kings, which I'm excited about because they've been playing great basketball. I really want to see Sacramento in the playoff because that crowd is amazing. We got number 8, Portland. Number 9, your Grizzlies. And number 10, the Suns. So, out of those 10 teams, man, I could tell you, I'll tell you just 2 teams that I feel like can't compete with the Lakers. That's the Jazz and to your point, the Warriors. The reason why I can't go Nuggets because I haven't seen Jamal Murray yet.
Is he gonna be the same when he gets back? I haven't seen Michael Porter Jr. play up to that contract yet.
Oh my God, this is why I say, listen, I'm all for players getting money. I'm all for players, but listen,
they gotta prove it first.
I get it. Did he had an okay playoff run his first year in the bubble, his second year last year. Yeah. The Suns locked him up. So, but I get it though with his talent, and he sees the hoop every possession.
Yeah.
He could give you 35. He could be, what Michael Porter Jr. could be. He can be the next face of the NBA.
Really?
If you really watch his game and his talent level to me is better than Tatum's.
I'll tell you who he reminds me of. I think Michael Porter Jr. right now is young Carmelo Anthony. He's playing in Denver. He's a high volume scorer when he wants. It's on and off. He's not a great defender. He's not a great defender. He's got a better team around him than Melo did when he started off, but he reminds me a lot of him. I'm not sure he'll be the next face of the league. That really depends on if he ever becomes consistent.
See, and let me take that back. I don't know what I was thinking.
Immediately regretted it.
I immediately regret it because off of and that's good. That it's good to hear what you're pointing at because he isn't a great defender. He has luckily been able to stay healthy because he had that back injury as a rookie. The reason why I said his talent level to me is better than Tatum's because Tatum waits too long. For example,
that's true.
Michael Porter Jr. is ready to go and score.
That's true. He is a great pull-up guy.
Oh
the
my
minute
god!
He gets the ball, he can get it up.
Oh my god! So maybe that's just again you're gonna get annoyed with the Celtics. I'm just a little pissed off with the Celtics. So
I get it.
It's just so. Michael Porter Jr. is he needs to step it up. He needs to help the Joker a lot more because Jamal Murray is the best sidekick for the Joker. Because
he's a great. You can dish it out. He can shoot it from anywhere.
Play defense.
The Joker basically is the point guard who just stands where the center would stand. So if Michael Porter Jr. and Jamal Murray can learn how to just like feed off of one another and let Jokic just dish it out over and over again, they could be dominant. But I just need Michael Porter Jr. to become consistent. I don't need him to be like 25 points a game. If he could average me like 19 points a game, I'm like, we're good, man.
Would you get Ben Simmons in there? Or is that too much? Is that going to take away from what Joker does?
I think that takes away from what Joker does because the way that Joker plays is such a triple threat because he can shoot it pretty damn well. Like he can throw it around. And his passing is excellent, and he posts up because he's a big old dude. And so if you bring Ben in there, who's just, primarily a passer of the basketball, it's going to take away at least one dynamic of what the Joker does.
That's true. That's true. And maybe because I just want to see Ben Simmons out of there.
I get that. I've been trying to think of teams that I'm like could use Ben Simmons.
Celtics.
The Celtics could use him. I've also
need a point guard.
That and this is going to sound weird, but I've also thought that the Jazz could use him because I thought him and Gobert would be a dominant defensive guy, like boys, and Donovan Mitchell can score as much as you need him to.
The thing with that is you're gonna have to get rid of Ingles, Bogdanovich, probably
Clarkson.
Oh yeah, Philly's gonna want. Oh, you want Ben Simmons? You're gonna give us some shooters.
Yeah, you want to give us some shooters.
You're gonna give us some shooters. So it's just hard, man, with Ben Simmons' situation. I want him somewhere where he's able to be, because he's saying that he needs his mental. Man, you just want to get out of there.
You don't want to play. You want to be gone. I get that.
Yeah, come on, man. You're just following protocol and what your lawyers and your agent is telling you to do. You know what I mean? But hey, he played it off. He's getting paid now.
Now, if you're the 76ers and you get too tired of them, Ben, be careful. They'll send you to OKC.
Okay, yeah.
Be careful.
Within an instant.
Yeah, they'll be like, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, we'll take him. You go and play.
Because the Thunder, all they're going to ask for is just draft picks.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's right.
They lead the league in draft picks.
That's right. They're like, yeah, you can have them.
Yeah, come on. Let's see. I mean, Chris Paul did it. He made them go to the playoffs that year.
Yep.
But Ben Simmons can't score. So, well, I mean, listen, Ben Simmons play the game. You see, that's right. They'll send your ass to
okay. See, be careful. All right. That's all I'm saying.
And you're playing the whole year. You're not going to get no more.
You won't be able to sit and wait it out. Okay. You better come in and fake an injury because that's the only way you're going to stay off the court.
You can do what Al Horford did, just fucking sit for the rest of the season.
That's right.
Al Horford didn't want to play there.
He's like, I'm not doing it. Absolutely not.
It's kind of saved Al Horford's career because he's looking very young and playing very well.
Got a year's worth of rest.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. That's crazy. He played that off. That's really impressive. Yeah. He's like, yeah, they agreed. They agreed for me to like have me sit for the rest of the season. Bull crap! You just said that this team is not going anywhere.
Yeah, like, I'm just gonna take a seat.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a seat. But so again, man, the Lakers, man, I honestly think the Jazz, the Warriors, the Portland's not ready. They don't have enough pieces. The Kings are too young. Minnesota is a scrappy team, but they're young. Dallas is just missing another piece. Like I like that they're 4-2 to start the year off, but I just feel like I'm still watching the same old Mavericks.
Yeah,
Luka's gonna do everything he needs to do.
They really need like a top tier point guard. That's what would seal the deal for the Mavericks if they had a really great point guard.
They
come
can
in.
get a Ben Simmons.
They could get a Ben Simmons. I'd be okay with that. That would work. He passed the ball.
But does that take away what Luka does?
Yeah, but like Luka is so weird and plays at such a weird pace that you could afford an extra passer. Like it would be okay to have an extra option to move the ball around.
I would love to see him off the ball a lot more. Because that, if you think about it, Luka looks tired every game.
Yeah,
every game.
He's gassed.
But he's out of shape too, to me too.
He constantly has the ball.
But that's why he moves slow. He's kind of chubby to me. Like I don't know. Like he doesn't really.
He's a white James Harden. Like he doesn't. He plays a weird pace. He never passes the ball to anybody. Like I mean,
he just needs the beard
every time I turn on a Mavericks game, I'm like, he always has the ball.
Yes, literally.
How does anybody else score in this game?
And you look at the stat line, be like 45, 15 and 6, 16 assists. I'm like, what?
No wonder Kristaps keeps getting hurt. He's just tired of playing with this guy. Like, I mean,
because they keep telling him just stand in the corner and just be your 7'2" self.
Yeah, just go stand underneath the basket. If I miss, rebound. Have a good night. Like, I mean,
oh, Kristaps. Oh man. Yeah. So I don't see anybody really messing with the Lakers beside those two teams. The Nuggets, they're I don't know. And obviously looking down, oh man, the Clippers are bad. Spurs, Rockets.
Oh man, the Clippers are really bad.
Yeah. But no Kawhi, you were expecting that. But it was weird to me that they didn't, or did the league just figure them out real quick?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think they were like, Kawhi doesn't love getting bodied a lot. Paul George isn't a great clutch shooter. Reggie Jackson, surprisingly good, but can't win by himself.
He can't win by himself. Ibaka hasn't played one game yet. He's old. See you later.
To quote Shannon Sharp, Serge Ibaka, Waka Flocka, Chewbacca, Lakers in 5. Okay.
Shout out to Shannon Sharp. That's my guy, man.
That's my guy.
I feel like if he came on the show, that would be amazing. I would love.
I'd spend the entire time laughing. I'd never be able to say anything.
Get old Skip in here, Skip. Skip.
Let the whole argument happen. I'll just sit here and watch the whole time.
Oh man, hey, so like I said, man, the Lakers, man, ultimately if they play their best basketball, they get into the finals quick. Yeah, they get into the finals quick because I don't know quick if they stay healthy, but at the same time that play you just mentioned earlier with the Warriors, the Jazz play great defense. The Jazz are always going to be a great team in the regular season. It's what you got to take that next level, and it's finals now. You have to go.
Yeah, they get very one-dimensional in the playoffs, and they only know how to win one way.
Right,
you got to figure out how to move the ball around and have other bench guys outscore sometimes.
Yeah,
like people, I cannot reiterate this enough. What Rajon Rondo did for the Lakers in that championship season, in the playoffs, was incredible. Okay, that's the reason they won. Having a guy be able to come off the bench and average those numbers for you is insane.
It could be a Jordan Clarkson if he plays more of the point guard role, because his role is just to score. But imagine if you can get a triple double with it too.
That would be
now fantastic. You're changing the game. Now
I'll take a high double, man. I'm like,
a high double.
You get 15 assists and 25 points, and I'm happy.
Oh my gosh!
Coming off the bench, that's good to go.
So, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at the Lakers even more. Like you said, I think you said it off here or earlier when we talked. We're gonna be talking a lot about the Lakers.
All year.
Talking a lot about the Lakers because
LeBron's there, and I'm gonna talk about him all year.
LeBron's there. So we'll keep our eyes on the Lakers. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They do play. I'm not sure if they play tonight. I'll have to check. But let me see if they actually play tonight. No, I think they're off. Oh no, they played last night. They play their next game is Thursday. So no, actually it's tomorrow against the Rockets again. That's a win. So they're gonna be on a 4-game winning streak after that. And anything can happen now. Now let's get into the Bulls, man. And we can actually mix it up because they're both playing tonight. We got the Bulls and Celtics playing tonight. Right now it's the third quarter. Wow. Celtics are up 72-59. Really, really surprised by that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. And
Who's
look at this.
Who's
look
doing
at this.
well?
Take a guess.
Is it Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen Brown. This is his team, man. I've been saying
this is his team.
He has 20 points,
right.
6 rebounds, 3 assists. Tatum has 11, 3, and 2. Now, I'm nervous. You want to know why I'm nervous in this? And I know I mentioned the Bulls. We're going to talk about the Bulls.
Because Tatum's going to get greedy?
Because typical Celtics game, the Bulls are going to come back.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to come back. Celtics going to make it a closer game than it should be. What? Another overtime you're going to try to get into?
Yep.
But before that, you're going to give it to who? If let's say Jaylen Brown has 35 by the end of the fourth quarter and Tatum still has 11.
Yeah.
Who are you going to give? If you decide to run a play for the guy that has 11 points, other than not giving it to the guy that might have 35 tonight?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And I know we talked about this last week. I won't be surprised if Jaylen Brown goes up to the front arms like, listen, get me out of here. Get me out of here. Y'all doing too much. Y'all are doing
they're
too
doing
much.
too much. There's too much going on. They need to figure it out. I agree with you at the beginning of the season when you said that the 76ers should consider that trade.
It works
I
out for both
agree
teams.
100%. Also, if like Atlanta wants to try to put together a package, I'll take it. You know,
Hey, he's from Atlanta.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like you can send them over.
Him with Trae Young? Ooh.
It would be dynamic.
But you have to get rid of Bogdanovich,
And,
sorry.
Yeah, and DeAndre Hunter and probably Cam Reddish.
Yeah,
you have to
actually,
move
no,
a lot.
because I don't think the Celtics would be that greedy. And I didn't think about the Hawks. Wow. I did not think about the Hawks. Jaylen Brown you're gonna have to give up one of the shooters.
Yeah.
We
could give up Kevin Huerter. He's a great shooter, and
I'd
be okay with it.
Ooh, you'll be okay with giving Kevin Huerter?
Huerter, yeah.
You'd rather give? Wow.
Over Bogdanovich? I mean, Bogdanovich put up a streak last year in the playoffs.
But who's a better defender? I think Kevin Huerter is a better defender.
Huerter is a better defender. Huerter will stick with you a lot.
Who's a better shooter?
Pure shooting, like from the three, Bogdanovich, but Huerter can score from a bunch of different places.
And I was gonna say that, but Bogdanovich was hurt actually.
That's true.
That Sixers series, and the Bucks series, and Kevin Huerter had to do more of the load. Yeah, they'll give us Kevin Huerter and probably maybe some draft picks and maybe Hunter or Cam Reddish.
We'd probably have to give you Hunter because he's the starter for us, and him and Jaylen Brown played the same position. It would be a better fit to send him off.
I like that, and again, it makes both parties happy.
Yep,
Tatum gets to be Tatum, Brown, but is it the same? No, you want to know why that could be, even though it's Trae Young's team.
Yeah,
but it could low key be Jaylen Brown's team because you need somebody that can take it to the hoop, that can create his own shot. Trae Young can create his own shot, but it's kind of like, for example, if you put a Ben Simmons on him, he kind of struggled with a bigger
because he's not big.
Right.
Let's
Exactly.
be honest. Stop lying to us. You're not 6'1". You're 5'11".
You're 5'11".
We know. I'm not mad at you about it. You're still a great player, but you're 5'11". You can't compete with a 6'9" shooting guard. Like,
So and that's where I feel that trade actually works out
yeah,
because Jaylen Brown's going to be more excited to play at home.
yeah,
He's
and
going to feel more
he's
comfortable.
got size that we need. Jaylen Brown, a big old dude. Like, people don't
Defend.
realize how he can defend. He's big. He scores in a lot of different ways. He's a very intelligent player.
I'm just envisioning the fast breaks.
We'd be dynamic. We would be dynamic.
Eastern Conference Finals?
Absolutely. Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, better
I'm
than
not
the Knicks.
sure
After
that
that
we
trade,
beat
are you
the
better?
Nets, but
Are you better than the Knicks after that trade? The Knicks in general. See, that's tough.
I don't
right?
know, because Julius Randle has been sensational.
But you got Collins that can hold it down.
That's true. John Collins can't hold it down.
You got Collins that can hold it down.
Actually,
Jaylen
no,
Brown.
yeah, I think with John Collins, Clint Capella just getting rebounds, Jaylen Brown and Trae Young scoring, we're the best team. I think we are. I think we're
with
the better team.
What was it, Bogdanovich?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Bogdanovich, Cam Reddish coming off the bench and putting up 13 a game. I mean, I'll take that.
Why am I low key excited about this?
I take that trade every day.
So it has to be a numbers thing with that trade,
Yeah.
then, because I'm surprised that Jaylen Brown hasn't been angry yet, but I feel like that's coming.
And Atlanta's not a huge trade team. Like, they're all about let's build from the draft, let's go to free agency. They don't like to make
that's
big
home.
moves.
That would be home for
that
Brown.
would be home. Yeah,
You'll be home.
and I would be happy.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine first, second round against Boston?
It would be some of the best games I've ever seen.
Oh, Tatum guarding Brown guarding Tatum. Oh, I think y'all will come out on top of that because it's
Marcus
still
Smart trying to guard Trae Young. I'd laugh all night.
Low key. I won't be shocked if y'all sweep us.
That's fair.
I would not be shocked if y'all sweep us because who can guard Trae Young? Trae Young can control a whole series of his own.
That's true.
Just off of floaters.
Off of floaters, and people do not realize how good of a off the screen shooter he is. It takes him no time off the screen. The minute he bumps that guy, he's up. Like, the ball's going in.
And the Celtics switch everything. So
yeah.
Good luck, Al Horford, if you're on Trae Young.
Good luck.
Good luck, Grant Williams, if you're on Trae Young. Good luck, Robert Williams. Good luck, Jabari Parker. Good luck. That's when they'll miss Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
You see, and this all leads back to what we're saying. Jaylen Brown, I get it. He's still learning himself.
Yeah.
But if you really look at this, see now, okay, Bulls kind of caught up. It's 82-67. Jaylen Brown has 25. Tatum's heating up a little bit. He has 16. But that's what I'm talking about. If Jason Tatum could play this way where he understands that Jaylen Brown is the man for tonight.
Yeah.
Listen, you're the man for tonight. And this all leads to what we were talking about earlier with LeBron and Kyrie. The block or the shot.
Or the shot. Yeah.
My biggest concern is, even though I said I would do it, but thinking about it now, I'm glad LeBron did that. Let Kyrie get that. Because LeBron could have called a timeout himself, or he could have just told Ty Lue, listen, run this play for me. I'm taking it. But my biggest concern is, let's say Tatum gets the block in a big game. He's not going to give it to Jaylen Brown.
He's not. He's gonna walk it down the court. He's gonna try to go for the shot.
He's gonna try to go for the shot. And my thing is, man, Jaylen Brown is right there with Tatum. But I just feel like, man, they're gonna have to split up sometime soon. So, and that leads to what we're talking about with the Bulls here, man. Like, even though they get now the Celtics are really putting them on 87-69. After this, even this game, let's say this game doesn't end their way. Listen, the Bulls have impressed me, man.
They have. I am really impressed with DeMar DeRozan. Like, he's come in and he looks like he's got energy again for the first time since Toronto.
Yeah.
Which, let's be honest, that Toronto trade deflated him.
Oh,
he
yes.
loved playing in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's his hometown. He loved there. They traded him for Kawhi. I understood why they did it. They got a ring out of it.
Yeah.
But he wasn't the same player in San Antonio.
No, not at all.
He couldn't put it together. I think he's getting back to that kind of DeMar DeRozan, former All-Star MVP DeMar DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Lonzo Ball is a great fit for this team. I think Lonzo Ball, I've always said this since he got into the league. He is a great passer of the ball. Okay. He is a prolific passer of the ball. People wanted him to be a better shooter than he was, and he just never was going to be that. His shooting stroke is weird.
All right.
All of their shooting strokes are weird, but his specifically is very weird.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like he never got out of that habit as a kid of just kind of both arms throwing it at the basket because you weren't strong enough to do it with one arm, and he still shoots it like that, and it sometimes goes in. I mean, but he was never going to be a great shooter. But you don't need to be a great shooter if you've got DeMar DeRozan and Zack Lavine playing like DeMar DeRozan and Zack Lavine and Wendell Carter and Vukovic. I mean, you can move the ball around in a lot of places. And I hate that no one talks about him enough because of how good he is. But Zack Lavine is impeccable. Okay, top tier player. The fact that he's stuck it out in Chicago for this long, getting no attention in a very hard to win city it shows a lot of grit to me. I like him a lot.
I just feel like, this is a big season for not only himself, but the whole Bulls organization. Now, again, let's not get fooled. Yeah, they're on a hot start right now.
Yeah.
This can go sour within.
How are you going to look in 30 games?
Right. This can go bad quick because of the fact that coming in, the question was, can Zack Lavine, DeMar DeRozan, Lonzo Ball play together? Yeah, but if you look at their wins so far, they haven't really beaten high quality teams. Yeah. I mean, you play who you play on the schedule. You play who you play. But this game in particular, even though the Celtics are not one of those teams right now, but it's still a big game because the Celtics still have some superstars on that team too. Yeah, and you need to match yourself up with the best. And right now they're not really doing well. But I'm hoping that the Bulls continue this because Zack Lavine, there's rumors saying that he might resign again. And I think I'm hoping because I really like Zack Lavine. But I'm hoping he doesn't fall for the moment. Really just play the season out. No, you don't have any pressure. Play the season out and see how you guys do. Yeah. Now, again, if y'all get to the playoffs and y'all lose in the first round, okay, so resign because you're building something. Yeah,
you're getting there.
It's the first year together. You haven't been in the playoffs in years.
Yeah.
You're building something. But if y'all get into the playing game and y'all losing the playing game, I ain't gonna lie. There was talk saying he might want to come to the Celtics.
That's interesting. I mean, there's a couple of teams who could use him.
I know
76ers. 76ers could use him. I wouldn't mind having him in Atlanta. The Celtics could use him for sure.
Yeah.
If he was in that win now kind of mode, like he really wanted a ring, I'm like, you could go to the Knicks, play with Julius Randle, play with RJ Barrett, play with Derrick Rose. You guys probably get a chip pretty quick.
Or hear this out.
Okay.
Let's say you get Andrew Wiggins out of here and you get a Zack Lavine with Klay Thompson. Because you got a high flyer now. You got Zack Lavine. Can you imagine that fast break with Draymond and Wiseman? It would be dominant. That's a finals team.
That's a finals team.
Because on the bench, you could just add some shooters, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Some defensive guys, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Because not all of them are going to get subbed out. Two of them at most, or even one. You can survive with one of them being on the court. That's how dominant Clay, Curry,
be
and
insane.
Zack Lavine is.
It would be insane.
Can you imagine that if he decides?
The Lakers would be dead.
Oh yeah,
the Lakers would have no chance. How are you going to guard him? How are you going to defend?
You're a year older. You can't. No. And that's what I'm worried about too. Like Lakers this offseason, what is going to happen?
Yeah, because a lot of these guys, if they get a chip, do you think Carmelo Anthony retires? Like if he finally gets a ring, do you think he gets out?
With his greatness, he has to do a back-to-back. He has to go back-to-back.
Okay. You think he has to get
to get to that, because ultimately, and again, I want to say Melo is ring chasing, because I don't consider Melo ring chasing because he stayed in New York for years after they didn't
but
do
if
anything.
he is ring chasing now's the time to do it. I mean, you're late in the game. Go play with LeBron. Go get a ring.
But can you win with LeBron right now? That's the thing
True.
I'm saying. Because Melo, if he does win it this year, listen, ring hop, go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, go to Brooklyn.
You're from New York.
Get some rings, man.
Go
back to the Knicks. I don't care. Do something.
Ooh, you're one of the best Olympian players of all time. You got
You're
that.
one of the most prolific scorers I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, man! You're the most. He's one of the most loyal guys, loyal athletes, loyal hoopers I've ever seen. Like, and they try to kick him out the league.
Yeah,
and he got back.
And he got back in.
So, and he's changed, like you said, he's changed his game. He's changed his game. So I to piggyback on our Bulls take, like, I think the ceiling for them is first round.
Yeah,
first
probably.
round.
Play in first round. That's
maybe playing, because again, you look at these games. Look at this game tonight. This is a game where the Celtics ain't playing well at all this season, and you're losing by 21 points right now.
That shows me that, like, when they play teams who have had a lot of experience with each other, they're not doing as well. They're still new to each other. Okay, now there's a lot of talent there. Like I said, let's see how you guys look in 30 games when you're used to each other.
Exactly.
Let's see if you can put a run together.
Exactly. I think the Bulls, they look really good right now, but I want to see in like 20 more games. I want to see how they look. Let's see if it drops, or if they right now they are what? Let me see. Let me check. They are number 4 in the East right now, but all 4 teams, the Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Bulls, they are all 5-1. So, that can just flip off at any moment. So, let's see what the Bulls do. Injuries is going to be key.
Yeah.
Zack Lavine does get hurt sometimes. Lonzo does get hurt sometimes. And then if 2 of those guys go out, you're left with DeRozan, who, I mean, that's,
You're left with DeRozan and Vukovic is the 2 best options.
I forgot Vukovic. Yeah, see, and that's why this goes to show, like, if you compare the Celtics and Bulls roster, the Bulls roster is way better.
It's way better,
but
much better roster.
You're losing by 21 points to a team that just came off a double overtime. They've been playing overtime games all season. The Celtics, I don't know.
They should be exhausted. I don't know how.
So. I don't know.
But if you are the Bulls and you don't at least make the play-in with that much talent, is it a failure on the season? Do you have to go look at like the coaching staff and the front office and think, how do we have this much of a loaded team and not get into at least the play-in?
But they're saying they're saying great things. Like Lonzo, I saw recent interviews to him saying, "Listen, I this team is so great because everybody has one common goal. We just want to win. We want to win.
Yeah.
Those are the teams that you want to be on." And to your point, now if they have injury issues, I think they're gonna run it back because they understood, like, we got injury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But maybe that keeps that, or Zack Lavine does a 1 year. Let me see how this goes 1 year, and let's run it back. And then if that doesn't happen, I'll go somewhere else. So thankfully Zach Lavine's still young enough to have that switch on where he can go. I mean, we're gonna keep our eyes out on the Bulls, man. I really hope they make it to the playoffs because I'm a huge fan of all four of those guys coming off coming on the court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of fun stuff that could happen there. If they get some synergy going on the court.
Oh yes,
they could be insane. The fast breaks alone could be insane.
Call Kyrie, get some sage in the building.
Get some sage in there.
Let's go on break, man. And then
all right,
what we gonna we want to get into our starting five, our list of the 75th team. This is gonna be fun.
I want to see how weird you look at me after I name off the starting five. We'll see.
Yep. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna come back and get these lineups ready to go. All right.
All right.
We are back. Let's get into this, man. I'm gonna let you start first, man, and then I'll read off my list.
All right. So to anybody watching, we decided to do this little thing because of the 75th anniversary team and all the guys that were left off that we thought was some bullshit. That we were going to build a starting five and 5 guys on the bench for a team that we had to include at least one. It could be more, but at least one guy who was left off the 75th anniversary team. And somehow, like 4 of my 5 starters turned out to be guys not on the anniversary team. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start from the 5 spot. I'm going to start at our center. Okay. And I decided to go with a guy who dominated the league as far as defensive prowess went. And I have no idea how this guy got left off the list, but Dikembe Mutombo, I'm putting him in at number 5. How? 6-time defensive player of the year, 4-time block leader. I mean,
he didn't win a ring. That's what
he didn't win a ring. But somehow Carmelo Anthony's on the list. He didn't win a ring,
and he's sure not a defensive player of the year candidate.
He sure is not. Okay.
So I'm writing it down. You got the center Mutombo. I like it.
And then I went with a guy who could do a little bit of both. He could get me some rebounds and he could get me some points. And I went with Chris Webber for my power forward because I thought Chris was a great option as far as he could do a lot on the court. People don't give Chris Webber enough credit for versatility.
He can handle the ball. He can defend. He can shoot from the mid range. He could rebound. Oh my gosh!
I mean, he could control the court so well. And so then, at my small forward, technically he's a shooting guard, but I'm going to put him in at small forward. I'm going to go with Klay Thompson.
Okay.
I needed.
He did make the team. He made the team, right, or did he not?
He didn't make the team.
He didn't make the team. Yeah,
he did make the team.
And he said he's like, listen, I feel like I'm a 3-time NBA champion.
Yeah.
I'm a huge part of the Warriors dynasty.
Is it 7 or 8-time All-Star?
7, 8-time All-Star.
Yeah.
I think he won the 3-point shootout before. I could defend. You wanted me to defend LeBron in the finals. I did that. I defended KD when KD was with the Thunder.
He's top 25 3-point shooting. I mean,
he can go shot for shot with Curry. Who can say he can go shot for shot with Curry? Nobody.
But he can.
He can.
So I've got him at small forward, and then I had to put Kobe on. I was gonna do it. He's gonna
Rest in peace, Bean.
Rest in peace, Black Mamba, all the way. All right, I had to put him in there because there's so many spots on the court that Kobe can get to and shoot. And so then finally, I was trying to decide what a good point guard for this kind of offense would be, because there's so many guys who can score. So I decided to go with a guy who I know can move the ball around. And I went with Tony Parker.
Tony Parker.
Yeah. Who great point guard. Don't know, snub on this list for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Five-time NBA champion.
Five-time NBA champion.
Just saying, huge part of the Spurs dynasty.
Yep. Massive basketball IQ. I mean, one of the smartest players to ever step on the court.
Yeah.
And then for my bench, I've got.
Hold on. We're gonna. You'll do your start. You'll do your starter five.
Okay. All right.
I'll do my star five, and then we'll do the bench players. We'll do the bench players.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
Wow, I'm looking at your list. I'm like, man, I got some problems on this list. I got some problems. I'm meaning for my team because I got to really finagle it. But my center, all right, he's obviously on this list, but he's the most dominant center of all time. You gotta go with Shaq Diesel. You gotta go with Shaq Diesel. You gotta go with Shaq Diesel because at the same time, Mutombo, I mean, damn, he can't guard Shaq though.
He can't guard Shaq though.
But he's gonna try to.
Nobody could.
Nobody can guard Shaq. My 4. And I did tell you half of these guys are on the list already.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Of course you did. Okay. All right. He's not even a 4. He's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, he can put him wherever that damn hell you want. He can play it. I mean, sure. I'm just gonna casually drop LeBron in next to Shaq. I mean,
okay. So I got 4 LeBron.
Okay.
The 3. He's on this list, but I feel like no one has talked about him.
Okay.
Like no one talks about him too much.
Okay.
The truth, man. You gotta go with Paul Pierce. Because I need some clutch shooting.
Clutch.
I need someone that's not gonna be scared to go against who's your guy? Go against the late great Kobe. Right? I need somebody that can really, match up with that and not be scared. You know what I'm saying? So we got Shaq, LeBron, Pierce, obviously my guy. He's in here too. I gotta go MJ, man. I gotta go MJ.
I decided to stay away from God, but if you just want to put him on the court, go ahead. I mean, if you were like, let's just pick the 3 best players ever.
I'm trying to win here. I'm trying to win here.
Okay, all right, fair. Fair enough.
But my number 1, my point guard, and he's not on this list.
Okay.
And I feel like he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame. Rajon Rondo.
Okay. All right. I like that because you needed somebody who could dish the ball and not shoot it because everybody else was shooters.
Yeah.
MJ, Paul Pierce. Well, sure. By halftime, it's 107-0. But I mean, all right. I mean, it's some bullshit is what that is. I mean.
Listen, we're trying to win here, right?
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Okay. Look,
I said you have to have at least one guy, and you're like, I hear one guy. Everybody else is going to be the greatest players I can find.
Okay. Ready for the bench players?
Okay, yeah, I'm ready for the bench. This is some bullshit. I mean, I should have tried harder, I think. I mean,
maybe I missed the memo, man.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even mad at you.
We got
okay. So my bench is all guys who didn't make the list because honestly, I just picked guys who I
Mine's
wanted.
too. I ain't gonna lie. Mine's too.
I just picked guys that I liked. You know, I was like, I'm just some classic players.
Yeah.
So
Mine's too.
I went Paul Gasol.
Oh, I like that.
Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, what?
Penny Hardaway.
Oh yes. Oh man, you gotta come on.
He didn't make the list. Penny
I'm
didn't make the
saying
list.
you got a squad right now.
Yeah, but I went with the guys who didn't make the list. You got MJ and LeBron on the same court with Shaq. Okay, I got a squad. Come on. Don't be saying some shit. My bench can't do nothing. I mean, you get MJ and LeBron out there.
Hey,
right?
Penny Hardaway beat Michael Jordan 1 year.
That's true. Okay, and then I went because he's one of my favorites ever. I went Grant Hill just for some fun, and injuries, and then another guy who we lost to injuries, but when he was at his height, he was top 3 in the league in Derrick Rose.
Oh, so can we cancel that out? Because I have him on my list right here.
Oh, you need me to get rid of Derrick Rose?
No. I'm saying we'll tie. We'll be tied with that because I have him on my bench too.
Sure. We can tie with that. But I can say that since we both have Derrick Rose, I'll forget that LeBron and MJ and Shaq are starting. Okay, I'll forget it. It's okay.
I told them to take it easy. They're gonna take it easy. They're gonna take it easy.
All right. I appreciate it.
They're gonna take it easy. Shaq
I should have come out here and been like Wilt, Scottie Pippen. I should have just gone straight.
Hey, I got Rondo in there.
That's true. You got Rondo. I'll give you that.
And Paul Pierce. Come on. No one talks about Paul Pierce.
That's true, but I mean, he's still Paul Pierce. I mean, let's not pretend like you snuck in a name nobody knew. Everybody knows who fucking Paul Pierce is. Okay, like.
So you got one more.
Do I?
You said Paul Gasol, Amari Stoudemire, Penny Hardaway, Grant Hill,
and Derrick Rose.
Oh, and Derrick Rose. Rose, that's right. All right, so let me write that down. Derrick Rose. So since you have Derrick, I'll give you Derrick Rose first.
Okay.
All right. So you ready for mine?
Okay. Yeah. Hit me with it.
He's not on the list.
Okay. All right.
And we talked about him last week.
Okay.
My 4. And can he play the center? I'm trying to think.
If it's who I'm thinking, he tall enough to play center.
I'm gonna put him at the 4 because that's what his position was. Okay. I'm going Rasheed Wallace.
Okay.
Need some shooting, need some defense. My center, I'm going another Wallace, Ben Wallace.
Okay. Ben Wallace, a great.
3-time defending defensive player of the year, I believe. I just feel like he doesn't get enough credit that he should.
Yeah.
You're gonna be surprised with my 3.
Okay.
And really hear me out because he was a big part. His numbers didn't really show.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Actually, he's a 2. I'm gonna go. I'll tell you my 3. I'll tell you my 2. My 3 after. But my 2 guard. I'm sorry. Manu Ginobili.
Really?
Manu Ginobili. I feel like he changed the way he made this, because for years people were saying the Spurs are very boring.
Yeah. He was exciting.
He mixed it up. He can handle the ball. He can Euro step.
Mm-hmm.
He can shoot the 3 ball. And he's famous to getting yelled at by Popovich every possession. But I feel like he was a big without Manu Ginobili. Would Tim Duncan be Tim Duncan?
I don't know.
Without Manu Ginobili, would Tony Parker be Tony Parker?
No, he wouldn't.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I don't know why
he's a great piece guy. He holds that team together. He does a lot of fun stuff.
Oh my gosh, a great piece. And I just wish that people put more respect on his name. He is a 5-time NBA champion.
Yep.
He did beat LeBron James in the finals. Could have beat him twice. Ray
That's
Allen
true.
hits a great shot. I just feel with that part, I feel like he changed the game where people don't really understand what Manu Ginobili is.
Yeah.
All right. So I got Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Manu Ginobili. My one, man, and you're gonna be surprised with my number one. And again, I know we went off people that we feel like got snubbed, but I'm actually I really want to change it up a little bit. People that I feel like changed the game as well.
Okay.
My one is Baron Davis.
Really?
Baron Davis. Now, hear me out. I was stuck between Steve Francis, Baron Davis. All right, those two I was really stuck on because Steve Francis. If people that don't remember Steve Francis, man, his crossover, man. AI was number one, but Steve Francis used to get so many people off of just that one whoop and go to the hole and dunk it on you.
Oh yeah, he got hops.
He has hops. He played with Yao. Played with Yao Ming. I feel like Steve Francis doesn't get enough credit, but Baron Davis gets more of the credit for me because of what he changed in the point guard role. I remember as a kid, me coming up and playing. I used to try to demonstrate and act like Baron Davis because of his size. He's very physical. He can get to the basket a lot. He can shoot. He can handle the ball. And this is Hornets, Baron Davis.
Yeah.
But then people don't remember he kind of changed with the Warriors culture.
That's true.
We Believe team.
Yeah.
We all know the famous dunk he did in the playoffs against Utah. I forget, was it Kurylenko? I think he dunked over Kurylenko. But like, I just obviously injuries killed him.
Which is so sad because he was so good.
Oh my gosh.
So
man.
physical, so explosive.
And I just wish that his career I wish he would have got a ring. Right. So that he's my number one, just the fact off. I really, really need a guy that can be explosive on that.
Yeah.
And my three, man, and again, numbers don't show. And again, I just feel like he was for his time. He reached where he needed to be and he became a champion. I'm going Ron Artest.
Really?
I need a guy that's who's gonna pick up Penny Hardaway.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Grant Hill, Klay Thompson. I need somebody that's going to try to
that's fair. Push
him a little bit, get him a little tough. But Ron Artest changed the game. Ron Artest, I wouldn't say he changed the game, but he brought more toughness to the game when it needed because it started to become a little softer. But then he brought that energy when he got drafted from Chicago and then went to Indiana and then eventually won a ring with Kobe with the Lakers. And just off of his DNA, his grit, his hustle, his heart, I just feel like Ron Artest should be mentioning that because of what he brought. And people were scared of him. People didn't really want to mess with Ron Artest because of the fact of what he brought to the game, his physicality and his toughness.
And every few generations, there's a guy who comes in who people just do not want to get in his way ever. Like you see that now with Giannis. Like people don't want to get in front of Giannis.
Yeah, but people will. The thing is, people will fight Giannis still.
Yeah.
The game is so soft now. I'm sorry. I'm tired of people after every game. Let's say Giannis has 50 points, 15 rebounds, 20 assists. At the end of the game, he sees somebody on the opposite team, they switching jerseys and smiling and taking a picture.
Yeah.
Listen, dude, you just killed me with 50 points, and we lost by 30. How do you
If this were the 90s, Isaiah Thomas would burn down the Bulls arena. Okay.
What?
I mean,
what are we doing here?
I don't know.
Because the game, I understand the game is getting younger.
Yeah.
The game is getting younger, and people are coming fresh out of college, just one year and you're out.
I actually say this is partly to blame on social media because guys start knowing each other so young on. Okay, like from a ridiculously young age, these guys are like messaging and hanging out, and they'll see each other at AAU games, and so like they're buddies when they get into the league, and they stay buddies. And there's not that old school rivalry like a Bird versus Magic or a Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan, or try to think. There was a couple guys who Kobe didn't like, and a couple guys who didn't like Kobe.
Really? Man, Kobe had like a list of people he didn't like.
He just like notched it off.
and that's the thing, man. And I feel like that's what the game is missing. My last Celtic take, I feel like this is the reason why the Celtics teams need to somebody needs to push Jason Tatum and look at him like, listen, you're soft. I just blocked your shot. What you gonna do next? No one's coming at these particular players because I get it. You're gonna respect your opponent, but like, man, throw an elbow. Let Tatum feel you a little bit because this is gonna help Tatum in the end run. That's why when he goes, I don't know if you watch him. If he goes to the basket, he's doing this little cute little like, I'm gonna lay it up.
I can't tell you how many times at like 13 years old I was fat out of games for elbowing kids in the face when trying to get a rebound. Like, just you got to go for it, man. Like,
and I get it, man. Like at the end of the day, you want to show respect after every game. But like, man, I can't be taking
during the game. I'm trying to kill you to get that ball.
Reece, they're laughing during the game with each other.
No.
Tatum they just recently played the Wizards, and Bradley Beal is Tatum's best friend.
Yeah.
After a double overtime loss the Celtics took against the Wizards a couple days ago, all you see is Tatum come to Bradley Beal and start laughing and cheesing and hug. I get it, that's your best friend, but like, man, at the same time, man, you gotta
just whip your ass.
Just call him
double
later.
Overtime.
Congratulate him later. You just took a L, and guess what? That tells a lot about. I'm not gonna say who you are, but like the type of energy you're bringing to your team.
Yeah.
Nobody's
taking it personally anymore.
No one even comes at LeBron, and he's like 49, 100 years old.
Yeah. This is ridiculous.
What is LeBron going to do to you? He's not going to punch you in the face. He's seasoned in.
The only person in the league right now who's kind of can get gritty with guys at the end of games is Joel Embiid. He's the only guy in the league right now who at the end of the game can still be a little mean.
Yeah, but he's still a little.
But he's still kind of
goofy.
soft.
He's still a little goofy. Like that cat Karl Anthony Towns fight with him and Joel. Yeah. I was like, even that fight was just like, it's a little soft still.
It's a little soft. Shaq would have punched him in the face, but like, I mean,
Charles Barkley would have punched him in the face.
Charles Barkley would have broke somebody's nose. I mean,
I just don't get it, Reece. And
these people didn't play in the Bill Embiid era when Bill Embiid would just snatch you by the back of the jersey to the floor. I mean
and just win rings after.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Go ring. I mean,
look what they did to Jordan, man. That's why I said that's why Jordan, man. Can LeBron do that? No. Can he survive that era? No.
No, that kind of physicality? No.
They were hunting Jordan, like literally hunting. Jordan rules. They called the Jordan rules for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they step it up. I do like the new calls that are being involved with the NBA.
You're seeing how much James Harden was reliant on cheap fouls.
And they're doing it with Tatum too. Tatum in particular, he's not getting every call and every possession. He's looking at the refs like, no, refs are like, listen, you got to toughen it up.
Yeah.
They're not falling for the ball fakes and you lean into the player. They're not falling for that no more. It's about time.
Unless I see him elbow you in the face, I ain't calling nothing.
Listen, as great as the Warriors dynasty was, they ruined the game of basketball. Just the fact of they didn't ruin it. It's just the fact that, like, man, you have centers thinking they all can shoot. You have you have everybody thinking they can pull from half court.
They did change it so much because they just shot people out of the stadium.
That's it.
Like, you knew it was over by the end of the third quarter because, like, they were up 40 on somebody because no one could shoot threes like they could.
And that's why we go forward to football. I call Kansas City Chiefs the Golden State Warriors of the NFL. Even though the Warriors teams can play defense too, the Chiefs can't play any defense. But like, I just see, like, it doesn't matter what the score is against the Chiefs. They're gonna come back with
they're coming.
They're coming. Mahomes is gonna do a no-look pass, make it flashy. Kelsey, Tyreek Hill's, one of those boys are gonna catch the ball, and then it's a whole different game. So,
and that's same way with the Warriors. You might get up for a minute, and then Steph's gonna get a 4-point play. You foul him on the 3-point line. He's gonna pass it out to Clay. Clay's gonna sink 3 in a row. I mean, the next thing you know, they're up 20 on you. You don't know what the hell just happened.
And then you've gone to their game because if the Warriors are playing against a team that are like, give it to the man in the post only.
Yeah.
But the Warriors are going to make you play their game. They're going to be like, oh, we're going to shoot 5 threes in a row and make them. The crowd's going to go, wow, we're going to look in your face. Oh, then
we're going to count it up on you.
Yeah. And then the opposite team, they're going to just try to come down, jack some threes, and that's not their game plan. And now you just fell into the Warriors game plan. It's like beautiful intelligence. Shout out Steve Kerr. Shout out the Warriors. I'm actually going for the Warriors. I'm hoping they come back in.
Man.
Like, seriously, man, I want to see Steph Curry hold another trophy. I want to see him hold another
trophy. My dream
trophy.
Scenario is Warriors versus Hawks. So that way, whichever team wins, I'm happy. I'm like, either way this goes, we can win.
That's a good one, man. I like that one.
Fun matchup.
The battle of Trae Young and Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I would take the Warriors, not just off their experience.
Yeah.
But man, would the city of Atlanta, man, be on fire? I don't even think you guys would be mad if y'all lose that finals.
We wouldn't. We'd be like, we hung in there with the Warriors. It's okay.
We got swept.
We got there.
But that's the thing. I don't think y'all will get swept.
No. We'd have some games where we'd give them a hard time.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, boy. I think I froze.
Oh, sorry about that. Yes, we're gonna get Reece back on. Yeah, but that's gonna be a serious. That's gonna be a serious matchup. That would be a serious matchup. With the Hawks. There we go. It's all good. Back. I think that was my end.
So.
Yeah, we're good. Let's continue to move forward before this happens again.
That's right.
Let's get into our picks, man, for the week.
Okay.
Let's talk about, we both finished 5 and 5
last week.
Last week. So me and Reece are tied right now. I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna take past of that lead but no, you decide to come back and tie it up. So
I know a little what was going on.
So, myself and Reece, we decided to do something different. We both decided some games that we felt that was important to talk about, or I'm sorry, just pick our winners, and we're gonna go from there. So we'll go. Let's start it off right. All right. Let's go. Where's my pen? All right. Wednesday's games. All right. Let's do this right. We got the Heat versus the Mavs.
All right.
Who you going with that game?
See, with this one was fun for me when we talked about it beforehand because the Heat have had a lot of great bench play for the start of the season. Like guys coming off the bench have been playing excellently, and like we discussed earlier, the Mavericks are having an issue with Luka having the ball maybe a little too much.
Too much. That's their only option.
So that's their only option. They ain't scoring another way right now. So with that being said, I think Luka is getting gassed early in games.
Mm-hmm.
He's running out of energy. So I'm gonna pick the Heat for this one. I think you're probably gonna pick the Heat too.
Oh no. No.
You're not? Okay.
No. You remember we just talked about certain teams playing the same way the other team plays. I feel like Dallas, they are not going to play like a defense, but they're going to try to outscore the Heat.
Okay.
And the Heat are a defensive first team.
That's true. They are.
They are not going to wow you with their 140 points, 120. No, that's the Mavericks. And they see Luka drop 30 and before halftime. They're going to try to, resemble that. They got some shooters, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. I don't know if he's hurt right now. I think he's injured, but they still got Jimmy Butler. They still got Kyle.
Got a lot of bench.
They got a lot of bench players. But I'm picking the Mavs, man. It's in Dallas. Okay. I do like Dallas protected home court. So yeah, we got that.
All right.
Next game. Wow, this is a big one. I already know who you're going for. Hawks versus Nets.
Okay, yeah, I'm going Atlanta. We both know. I am picking my
the home
team.
I'm going Nets, man, because who's gonna stop KD? That's my only thing. Who can stop Kevin Durant?
You're right.
But who can stop Trae Young?
There's an issue with us defensively stopping big scorers. Okay. That being said, who's gonna stop Trae?
Right, and you've probably seen this too. Like the Hawks, they're not the same defensive group.
They're not. They're not as gritty as they were last year. Last year they were very gritty and they get in your face a lot. They're not playing like that right now.
And I hope they're not. You shouldn't be hungover for anything in the conference finals. I just hope that, because I really want to see the Hawks back.
Me too.
That excitement with the city of Atlanta. You got the Braves about to end this game, this World Series. You know what I mean? Like the Hawks.
They better shut it down.
They better shut it down. So yeah, I just like the Nets. Just the fact that the Hawks they're not reminding me of the same Hawks team right now. It's still early. They'll pick it up, but I'm gonna go with the Nets because James Harden, Patty Mills, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, Bruce Brown, they Steve Nash at the coach. I just feel like right now it's going to be a high-scoring game.
It will.
Game. And last year, the Hawks and Nets played great games against each other, and that was with Kyrie Irving too.
Yeah,
I just like the Nets in this one. It's at home. It's in Brooklyn, so we'll see how it goes. The Bulls versus Sixers, man. I'll start it off. I like the Sixers because I think this is where we were talking about it earlier. The Bulls are gonna maybe start, dropping down a little bit.
Yeah, this is where they have to play good teams.
Yeah, this is the stretch where now you got to really show who you are because on this team, who can guard Embiid, and we all seen Embiid can control a game by himself. It's in Philly. The crowd's going to be riled. I got the Sixers in this one.
All right. I'm going to go with the Bulls just because Joel Embiid has been having to do a lot by himself. Okay,
this is true.
He's having to do a lot by himself right now. Which don't get me wrong, he's dominating by himself. Like he's showing what he really is as a player.
Yeah.
If the Bulls start getting any kind of rhythm, it'll be hard for him alone to catch up with those guys if they start scoring a lot.
I agree.
So I'm going to go with the Bulls here just because, one, this is a proving game. They need to prove they can beat good teams. And two,
Right.
Joel Embiid is having to do a lot by himself.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Especially, let me check if what the score is with the Celtics game. I wouldn't be surprised the Bulls are up 1 now after the Celtics are up 35 points. Let me see. Oh my gosh.
Did y'all win?
Yo, the Bulls are up 121 to 112. The Celtics, wow.
Who
I
got
called
hot? Who started putting up numbers?
DeRozan dropped 37.
Damn.
Lavine dropped 20. They were just up 20 something. Oh my god.
Somebody got hot.
And this is off of Tatum drop. Tatum's got 20. Brown has 28. Horford has 20. Smart has 16. Brown has 28. Like, wow. Yeah, Celtics, you deserve to get booed. You're probably getting booed right now.
Yeah.
You deserve that, Celtics. You guys gotta, it's done. 124 to 112. Yeah, it's done. Yeah, Tatum. Celtics are done. They just pissed me off now.
Man.
Wow. So I guess this might change my whole pick.
Hell, your whole look.
I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Okay, all right. Immediately changes opinion.
What? I can't believe I just watched. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me get back because wow, Celtics. Wow. Okay.
Compose yourself. It's okay.
Let me. Wow. Hornets versus Warriors. This is going to be an exciting game.
This is a very exciting game.
High scoring game. Both teams are like, I think the Hornets are 5-2. Warriors are 5-1. This is in Golden State. LaMelo's coming to town. Who do you like?
The fact that they are in Golden State makes me want to pull for the Warriors on this one. Even though I'm terrified of Miles Bridges right now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. He's playing incredible. Okay. And I don't really know if we have an answer for him. I guess we should see if Draymond can try to choke him up a little bit here and there. And no one's going to be able to defend Melo, but also at the same time, no one on that team's going to be able to defend Steph. So I'm going to go with the Warriors on this one, but it's a close game for me.
Yeah, I'm going with the Warriors. Too much Steph Curry at the end of the day. It's going to come to a point where if the game is close, who you trust with the ball, Steph Curry or Gordon Hayward. Steph Curry or LaMelo Ball. That's the only thing the Hornets are really lacking is that person that could take over the game at the end of the game. They have great athletes. They have great, guys that can do some things, but they don't have that one guy that can really take over a game. LaMelo could possibly do that, but is he going to really do something spectacular on that?
He'd have to have probably the best game he's had up to this point.
Oh yeah,
outplay Curry.
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening at this point.
So I'm sorry, I'm still a little pissed off about this game.
I get it.
That's crazy to me. All right, Nuggets versus Grizzlies.
Okay. I think you and I talked about this beforehand. How I thought this was a weird game because the Grizzlies, we keep talking about it over and over again. They're one piece out. They're one piece out. And Joker is impeccable. And we just talked about how Michael Porter is really on and off. I don't know if I love him as an option right now.
Right.
So I'm going to go with the hot hand, and I'm going to pick the Grizzlies just because they've been playing a lot of close games with a lot of really good teams. They're needing a win. Ja looks insane.
He does. He's actually showing up. His confidence, you could see. Was this year 3 for him?
Mm-hmm.
You could see the confidence every year, elevating. I'm gonna go with Denver though, just off the fact that Joker, man. I mean, even though they got Steven Adams as the center right now, who has the potential to not stop the Joker, but just
give him a hard time at least.
Give him a hard time, get physical with him. But at the end of the day, Joker is the Joker. We just talked about him, Michael Porter Jr. What can he do? This is a game where I feel like he needs to.
And I forget sometimes that Aaron Gordon's on that team.
But that's my point. Aaron Gordon needs to be more consistent.
That's true.
You can't drop 25 one game and then have 2 points.
Yeah.
In one game, you know what I'm saying? You're too talented.
Yeah, I've said this a lot. I would rather have a guy who averaged me 17 every game than a guy who's going to give me 30 and then nothing the next game. Okay, just give me a consistent number that I know I'm going to get from you every night.
Number, yeah. So I like Denver because it's in Denver. Is it in Denver? Yes, it's actually in Memphis. So we'll see what Denver does on the road. So good pick so far from the Wednesday game. We agreed on 2 games so far. Let's bang these out. So we got Thursday. We got Thursday games. We got Celtics versus Heat. You already know where I'm going with the Heat.
Yeah. And I'm gonna agree.
You mean after this tough loss, you got to go to South Beach now?
Yeah, that's the Heat is playing really well as a team. They know who their leaders are. They know who the bench guys are. They know who their role is. That's everything that the Celtics don't know right now. So,
how do you go in the locker room after this? Like, what do you do? Like, who do you? This is embarrassing.
See, that's what's tough is that at some point soon someone's gonna start pointing fingers.
Someone needs to get traded.
That's what's gonna make this look ugly.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so we both picked the Heat on that one. Jazz versus your Hawks, man. Now this was a fun game. This is my favorite game we've had all week. Okay. This is my favorite game because I don't think Donovan Mitchell can beat us by himself. No.
But I also don't think we can outscore on Rudy Gobert. Like the Stifle Tower is still the Stifle Tower.
Yes.
This is going to be a heavy bench game, and that scares me because Utah has 2 guys who last year were finalists for 6th Man of the Year. Okay. Yeah. So it is hard to say that my bench is going to outplay their bench. So
it's in Atlanta, though. It's in Atlanta.
As much as I hate myself for going here, I'm going to go with Atlanta out of loyalty, even though I know there's the better team on the other court. Okay, like I know Utah is the better team right now, but I'm picking Atlanta because I can pick Atlanta. I'm just doing it.
I'm going with Utah. I'm going with Utah with this one, just off the fact of what you said, man. Utah are just playing like a championship level team. They know who they are. They've been together for a while now. This is going to be a tough task for the Hawks because for some weird reason, you would think the Hawks understand who they are. Yeah. But I haven't seen that because, it's basically the same team that's back.
Yep.
I know Hunter was injured during the playoffs, but that was your main person that was hurt. Cam Reddish came later.
Yeah.
But I just feel like
Cam Reddish played some good games too, and he looks good now.
But I feel like it's the same philosophy with Nate McMillan. You shouldn't be inconsistent right now. But again, you see it with certain teams that haven't been, really showing who they are. I just don't get it, man. You got a full season, full off season, full season where things are back to order. I don't get it. I picked this game because, I think we talked about it yesterday. The Thunder versus Lakers. Now, obviously, this is going to be a easy pick, but we can remember the Lakers blew a 25-point lead.
Yeah,
to this team.
yeah,
and
This is a weird one for me because this is a proving game for the Lakers. Okay, this is that moment where you have to say, "No, we got it now. We know who we are.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let a bunch of young kids run around and show
Right.
us what's up.
Right.
We're the oldest guys in the league, but we're still really good in this league." Okay. With that being said, for a young team to beat you already and to come in with that kind of confidence, they've already won against you. And they've got more energy. Let's be honest. Like they're younger. They've got more energy. They're going to be able to move around more. I'm gonna pick LA. I'm gonna pick LA, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was a lot closer game than we thought.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like it's gonna be one of those games where the Thunder, they're gonna play their heart out. But then LeBron's gonna pick it up. He's gonna make a big play or a big pass, and it's gonna be to AD at the 3, and that's gonna be the dagger. And I'm going with the Lakers too. I think the Lakers need to really show who they are. Honestly, against these young guys.
This is one of those games to let the league know we're still here.
Right. We're still here. So, Fridays. Grizzlies versus against this hot Wizards team, man. We was talking about earlier, Bradley Beal, Spencer Dinwiddie. I really like this Wizards team, man. Montrezl Harrell is showing up. I really like their
Kyle
grip.
Kuzma.
Kuzma. Well, instead of him, I mean, he's actually no, I lied because Kyle Kuzma is actually playing how he plays. He's playing more smart basketball. Yeah, and I feel like his experience playing with LeBron and them guys and getting the chip with them, has made him become a player where you need him. You know what I'm saying? You really need him. He's trying on defense. I like the Wizards on this game because, it all depends on how the Grizzlies do these 2 games. Well, no, the game that we picked earlier. But going forward, I like the Wizards and how they can go ISO ball. They're
really good in isolation.
They can score, man. They can score with the best of them. And, Bradley Beal is Bradley Beal, man. And he's honestly the Celtics ain't making no case of, signing him. He's not going to want to come here to what he's seeing.
Yeah, that's true.
If the Wizards are playing like this, he's going to definitely resign. So I'm going to go with the Wizards on this one. Just the fact that I see stuff in Grizzlies, but I just see John Morant. That's all I see. You know what I mean? So,
is as strange as this is because I picked them earlier against the Nuggets. I'm also going to pick the Wizards for this game because I think you're right. The Wizards have been playing some excellent ball,
excellent basketball, excellent, real inspiring basketball. They're playing together. They're playing like they love being with each other. I really enjoy watching this Wizards team, especially them Bradley Beal. He's one of my favorite basketball players right now.
Yeah, and they have a great job. They do a great job of after one of them makes a mistake, they don't let it turn into something. They adjust quickly and they keep playing their game. And I like that a lot.
They keep playing. I really like that. This game here, this last game of Friday, Knicks versus Bucks.
Knicks versus Bucks.
Defending champs. It's in Milwaukee.
Defending champs against the team that's in foul trouble, but not the normal one. Okay, so let me think about this. I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. I'm going to pick the Bucks, weirdly enough. I know they've had a rough start to the season, but they play good against good teams. For some reason, they kind of like lounge around against teams they should dominate. But when they actually have to play, they play well. And I like the Bucks roster a lot. And James Harden is struggling with his inability to get fouls right now. So I'm going to pick the Bucks. Okay.
The Bucks. Yeah. And I like the Bucks. It was actually the Knicks. It's the Knicks versus Bucks. Knicks.
Oh, okay.
Knicks versus Bucks. That changes everything,
that
right?
Changes a little bit. That changes a little bit.
I'll let you figure that out. I'm going with the Knicks
Okay.
because Milwaukee's not playing. But you expect this. It's so hard to win back-to-back NBA championship games. I mean championships, because teams start to figure you out now. Teams start to really understand what type of players that you have. Milwaukee losing PJ Tucker was big.
Yeah,
it was big.
It was.
You see PJ Tucker's, play in Miami now.
Mhm.
That toughness, that grit, something the Celtics need. God damn it, man, this is crazy. I know.
Okay, I'm going full tilt. I'm going with the Knicks.
The Knicks. Knicks are We're going with
better
the
team.
Knicks.
They look like, this is going to sound crazy because it doesn't feel right to say it, but they look like the best team in the East, which is the craziest thing I've said in a long time about the New York Knicks.
Let's go.
I spent a lot of time saying that at least we're not the Knicks. So,
and I'm okay. We got all right. Yeah, so we got Saturday. I don't even want to pick these dudes. Is that the Mavs? We play them. Yeah. So I think I put Celtics versus Mavs. Let me make sure. Let me check my.
When you can't read your own handwriting, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like. When you can't figure out what you wrote to yourself.
Did I put Celtics versus Mavs? Do you remember?
I think so. That sounds right.
Is that what we put?
You asking me at 10 o'clock at night. So hold on, let me.
The Celtics got me all messed up right now. I don't know why they're so trash. Yes, it is. No, Celtics versus Mavs.
Yeah. Celtics versus Mavs.
Yeah, Celtics versus Mavs. I'm going with the Mavs. I'm done with the Celtics until further notice. Yeah, I'm going with it. I don't even want to talk about the Celtics right now. Who are you going with?
I'm going to be controversial on this one, and I'm going to pick the Celtics.
Oh, how dare you!
And this is why. I've got a reasoning for this. Okay?
How dare you? How dare you do this to me right now?
I'll tell you why I'm doing this. Okay, this is one of those games. After losing to the Bulls like this, the Celtics need to win this one. Okay, this is another good. If they don't, the season looks tough ahead.
I enjoy you laughing at this and being very happy that the Celtics lose, because you have a superstar in your area named Trae Young that you're not worried about.
I'm not.
That is not hesitant or he plays, he knows his role. He's the man, and he also gets his guys involved. He's not a Jason Tatum that gets sad that Jaylen Brown scored. I guarantee you that I'm gonna watch the highlights tonight, but I bet you I'm gonna count how many times Jaylen Brown touched the ball in the fourth quarter. Because look, I just saw the Bulls went on a 39-11 run in the fourth quarter. Do you know the type? Look at your face, right? Do you know the type of mindset you're supposed to have? I mean, the mindset 39-11. 39-11.
Did the defense just leave?
They're not listening.
Did they just forget how to play?
They're not listening. They got to break this team up ASAP. Brad Stevens, I don't know what you're doing. Break this team up right now. Like, they need a breakup right now. Like, I'm look at 39-11.
The Lakers gave a 25-point lead, but damn, I mean, you let somebody go on an 11-39 run. Hell no. What?
It's sad, man. So that's why I said, Reece, don't stab me in the heart. Don't do this right now, because you have a guy named Trae Young that can just turn it on whenever he needs.
You know what? I apologize.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
If you decide,
but if that's your pick, if you're really gonna go with the Celtics,
I'm gonna go with the Celtics, and I mean this as this game will be one of those turning point games where you have to win it or the season's gonna be a mess. Okay,
Listen,
That's,
they have the magic after they just lost against the Bulls, so they have the magic before they play the Mavs. I mean, before they play the Heat and Mavs. If they lose against the Magic, hey, I'm saying it right now on episode 2 on the basketball show. I'm done with the Celtics. I won't even mention the Celtics.
You know, we've got open slots in the Atlanta fan space. If you decide,
clearly you gotta go to your games.
That's true. That's true. We got some open slots. You can come on down. You know,
I might need some new energy.
Okay,
new scenery.
all right. Well, we can help you. We can help you. You know, we're a fun team. You know,
exciting team.
Exciting team.
Whatever. So you have the Mavs. This is still Saturday, right? Yeah. We didn't see any Sunday games. Jazz versus Heat. That's gonna be a big one.
Jazz versus Heat. That is a fun game.
Finals.
And it's an interesting matchup. Yeah, because both of them are very good defenders.
Yes.
The only difference for these two teams, in my opinion, is that Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys who can score whenever he wants. And I don't think that the Heat – I love Jimmy Butler, and I think Jimmy Butler is a utility guy who can do a lot. I don't think he's one of those who can score whenever he feels like it, okay?
Yeah.
I don't think that's just what he does. Right. And Tyler Hero is streaky. Like, he's good here, he's good there. He's not consistently dropping this number every game. So I'm going to go with the Jazz.
Okay.
Just because I'm concerned about the Heat's ability to get – if it turns into a scoring game where you have to outscore somebody else, Donovan Mitchell thrives in those games. I don't know the Heat does, though. So
I'm going to go with the Heat in this one just because it's in Miami. And, you know, it's so hard being a visitor coming to Miami because you have to get used to that Miami energy culture. But
it's loud. They get loud in there.
So this can be a finals preview. You never know. But a great game overall. We got 3 more games left. We got the Blazers versus Lakers, man.
Blazers versus Lakers. I like this one a lot more before they went on a nice little win streak. The Lakers. When they lost to OKC, I was like, "Oh, this would be a fun game." Now that they've put some wins together, they don't have enough depth in.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
So, although they have Dame, who's incredible, I'm never gonna talk bad about Damian Lillard, but the depth around him is not there. So I'm gonna go with the Lakers.
I mean, you got the Sixers. Already putting that energy out, saying we want Dame, we want Dame.
We want Dame. Yeah, that's right.
We want Dame. Okay,
go get Dame.
Go get
Put together a package. Send whatever you have to.
He'll get over it. I know he's loyal to Portland, but he has an opportunity.
Yeah, after about 7 wins and a couple games with Joel Embiid, he'll be like, you know what? Maybe Portland was an okay. Maybe Philly's a nice city.
You can be like, hey, Portland, this possible ring's for y'all. This is for y'all.
This is for you. Thank you for being loyal. Also, Philly's a nice city. I'm just saying.
So, I'm going. So you're going with who? Sixers?
I'm going.
I'm sorry. Oh,
I'm going with Lakers. Yeah.
You going with the Lakers? Yeah, I'll go with the Lakers too. They like you said, the Blazers don't have that much going for them right now. We got your Hawks, man. A lot of Hawks games in this week, huh? A lot of Hawks.
Maybe that's why we don't look as good, is that we've been playing too much. Okay?
Yeah.
Maybe we need a break.
You got the Hogs versus the defending Western Conference champions in the Suns.
Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I'm going with the Hawks. Okay. The Suns look like they're not doing as well. It's a hangover. It's finals hangover. I don't know. Devin Booker has lost his consistency a little bit. Chris Paul's still Chris Paul, but
it's the Kardashians.
It's the Kardashians. That's right. You gotta be careful about that, my man. That'll ruin your career. Ask Tristan Thompson.
Even though she's one of my favorite Kardashians, I feel like she's the more normal one. Kendall Kardashian. I just feel like, man, listen, man, you step into that family.
Yeah, it's a dangerous move.
It's a dangerous move.
Ask
I mean,
Lamar Odom.
oh man, oh. I mean, thankfully he's with us.
Yeah.
But man, did he get a scare from everybody?
Yeah.
He could have lost him 1, 2, 3 times.
Yeah.
So and then now he's a boxer, a celebrity boxer.
Yeah, I don't
Come
know
on.
what the hell he's doing.
Come on, Lamar. But yeah, Devin Booker be aware of that. I'm gonna go with the Suns though to see if what they can do. Our last pick is the Sixers versus Bulls. This is another matchup. They play Wednesday, but they have another game coming up on Saturday, and this one's gonna be in Chicago. This could be a nice little rivalry. I'm gonna go with the Bulls. I'm gonna go with the Bulls.
Yeah, that first game I picked the Bulls, and I'm going with the Bulls again.
Yeah, they impressed me.
I agree with you here.
Thank you, Bulls, for whooping Celtics ass. Thank you.
Thank you for making him completely change his mind.
Thank you.
Who he was picking for these games.
Like real quick.
Real quick.
Let me change my mind real quick. So yeah, man. We will definitely, have these games locked in and keeping our scores. Hopefully, it won't be a tie. That'll be real funny for the tie.
We'll be talking shit all week. It'll be great.
It'll be great. Our last take, man, which is an exciting one. I know we thought that college hoops was this week, but it's actually next week?
Next week, yeah.
Next week. But we can get into a little bit real quick. The games that are coming up. Let me look it up real quick. I think this year is gonna be the same as college football. Certain teams, with this NI bill coming out, man, these guys are gonna be ready to really play some good basketball.
I think we're gonna see a lot of Cinderella teams, which is honestly, as much as I love Oregon, and I grew up a Duke fan when I was younger, just because that was the household team. My older sister Lane indoctrinated me into being a Duke fan. So as much as I love those teams, I love seeing Cinderellas in March Madness. That is my favorite thing in the world, is to see that year where Loyola Chicago made the Elite Eight.
God.
I was like,
I thought they were going all the way.
Team. I thought they were going all the way. I was pulling for them so hard.
Me
I was
too.
losing my mind.
Yeah. Who they lose to? I forget how they lose.
I blocked it out of my memory. I was like, once they were gone, I was like, who cares anymore? We can just, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. but I, again, we get, so yeah, in 2 weeks, we got some good games, man. I mean, Ohio State's playing Akron. I mean, that's obviously
Duke versus Kentucky.
Duke versus Kentucky. Kansas versus Michigan State. Michigan State's not ranked.
They're not, which is weird.
Which is weird to me. So
this is a weird year for Michigan State because their football team is number 5 in the nation.
They just came off a big win
against Michigan. And their basketball team's unranked, which is the weirdest.
And they always ranked every year.
Yeah.
We have
great players. Shout out Draymond.
North Carolina's playing Lola. Let me see. Where's our champion? Where's our champion playing? Where's
Baylor?
Where is Baylor? I don't see Baylor. Do they not have games? They must have games. No, they don't have games. Wow, where is Baylor?
Here's an interesting one. I'm gonna look it up real quick. I want to know who Memphis starts the season against.
Wow, Baylor's not. Did they kick Baylor off? Gonzaga's playing Dixie State. That's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah, for sure.
Illinois is gonna. Oh, okay, I got you. Memphis is playing TN Tech.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a dub.
That's a dub. Very curious to see what Memphis looks like with Imani Bates.
Yeah.
I know what to expect out of Gonzaga. They're going to be ridiculously good. I know what to expect out of Duke, especially since this is Coach K's last season.
Coach K's last season. I feel like it's not going to be the season everybody thinks with Duke. Oh, we're about to win this for Coach K. No, you're gonna be dominant at home like usual. Yeah. On the road, you're gonna suck, and then you'll probably maybe get in the tournament and then lose in the first round, and then Coach K goes on to his mansion and smokes a cigar and calls it a day. That's
and
basically
still retires the winningest coach.
the
in college
winningest
history.
coach. So it's a win-win for him. He's not going to complain. He'll probably coach the season like, hey, listen, I've done it all. I've seen it all. Blah, 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 blah. He'll be passionate.
I've said that a lot of times, and every time I say they're going to lose out, they win. And every time I say win, they're going to lose out.
But I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of glad that Duke hasn't been
as
the
dominant.
Dominant. You know what I'm saying? I like to see Baylor win it. I like to see these teams that haven't, won it.
It's more fun when there's, multiple
Yeah.
teams challenging. Even with college football this year,
Right.
Cincinnati is number 2 in the nation. What? Like, I have never seen that before in my life.
All I gotta say is, I don't know who's gonna win this. I don't know who's gonna win college football. I really don't.
I mean, if I were a betting man, I bet on Georgia, who looked like the most dominant team in college football. Their defense looks insane.
Insane, bro.
If I were a man of hopes and dreams, I would go with Cincinnati because I want them to win, but I don't think they're going to.
They're not going to. Roll Tide, my Roll Tide. I hope they do something, man.
There is one topic I think we forgot to talk about a little bit, and that was the Grizzlies and how close they are. That one piece away. I mean this so much that I think they're one piece out from being a serious contending team. And I threw this hypothetical out at you yesterday about, would you trade for Buddy Hield if you're Memphis?
Listen, but the Grizzlies are obviously missing some shooting. This is what irks me with the King, with the Buddy Hield situation, because he gets caught up in this, and it's not his fault. Whenever you hear trade talks with Buddy Hield, the Kings want to look like they're a really good team.
Yeah.
And then towards the middle of the season, they're like, oh, and then the Buddy Hield, you don't hear about Buddy Hield no more.
No, you don't.
But Buddy Hield can be a key piece on the championship team.
He can.
The Grizzlies, I feel like Buddy Hield. How old is Buddy Hield? Is he still 20-something?
Yeah, I think he's like 25. 24, 25.
Okay. All right. So if he was like 29 going on 30, I would say like he needs to be on a Nets team or a Lakers team. But if he wants to go to the Grizzlies, I would not mind that. I was going to count
him. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I think Buddy Hield and Jamal Murray were drafted the same year.
You might be right, because Buddy Hield came from what college? I forget. Is it Kentucky? Not Kentucky.
No, I don't think it was Kentucky. I think
I forget what team he was. No, was it Oklahoma? No,
no. Damn it, I can't remember. I'll look it up later. And
but you're right. You might be right. But like, I feel like Buddy Hield needs to the Kings, but the Kings are 3-3.
Yeah.
They're still a good young core, but with Buddy Hield's talents, you don't want it to last in Sacramento.
Yeah.
You need him to experience some new energy. I have a counter for that, and we've been talking about him for the show.
Okay.
I can see a Ben Simmons going to Grizzlies.
Really?
Can you again? We need John Morant off the ball a lot more.
Okay.
Saves a little bit more energy.
Okay.
Because when Ben Simmons comes in, then nobody's gonna be like, "This is Ben Simmons' team," because that's not what Ben Simmons. It's not like Ben Simmons has been saying that. That hasn't been the talk around him that he wants his own team. He just wants to get out of Philly.
Yeah.
Right, and just hoop. Can you imagine Ben Simmons with a John Morant? Their defense is gonna be one of the best defensive teams.
That's true.
With Steven Adams,
they're gonna be a very high energy team.
High energy team now, but again, it sucks because offensively, they're gonna slack off and probably be worse because with Ben Simmons.
Okay, counter to your counter. What about Jaylen Brown? Would you trade for Jaylen Brown if you're
My guy Jaylen Brown does not deserve to be on a team that does not care enough to win. I want Jaylen Brown either with Philly. I want him in Atlanta. I want him. I want him more in Atlanta just because we don't have to see him every four times in 1
That's
year.
right. That's right. You slowly working yourself into an Atlanta fan. You just take your time.
Listen,
We're accepting.
Listen, I'm about to leave Tatum. Tatum, see you later. It's been a good ride. And Jaylen Brown, we're going to Atlanta. But I just want Jaylen Brown to be really successful anywhere else in Boston right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at the highlights now. If I do see Jaylen Brown, he was part of the reason why they lost. Let's say he was not as aggressive or airballing shots what he usually does sometimes or misread. I'm gonna watch it, but like you just reminded me of the Celtics again. Oh jeez.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, I do like Buddy Hield coming to the Grizzlies. But I do feel like the Grizzlies need a shooter, but they need another playmaker.
They do.
A guy that can really take over if they needed to. Just saying, right? Because when you bring a superstar in, others want to play with you.
That's true.
Can you imagine? Because he is a free agent, he hasn't signed an extension. James Harden.
With that young core, that would be interesting.
Because you'll bring in more veterans that want to play with James Harden.
That's true.
Because you already got Steven Adams. You got the defense. You got Jackson, the kid Jackson, the forward.
Yeah.
You got John Morant. You got Harden. If you pick, maybe make a trade with get Buddy Hield or get another veteran piece. Like I'm looking at, but James Harden, he's older. He wants to win now.
Yeah.
So I don't think he wants to ride with that young crew. But it's
Bradley Beal. If Bradley Beal doesn't sign back in Washington, see about it. He's still in his early 20s, mid 20s.
But who wants to go to Memphis? That's the thing.
I mean, with the way Ja's playing, some people are gonna want to go to Memphis.
They're gonna have to go to the Western Conference Finals or something like that.
Yeah.
To get noticed.
I think if they just get into the playoffs and they beat one good team, even if they lose in the next series, if they beat one good team, people are gonna be like, it's a place. It's somewhere we could go.
And that's one thing your Hawks showed in the playoffs. People thought they were gonna lose against the Knicks.
Yep.
People thought they were gonna lose against Philly.
And then Trey said, bye. Bye, Knicks.
It's getting real quiet in here. And he steps on the ref's foot. Who knows? They could have beat the Bucks. The Hawks just broke down after that.
Yeah.
So I think certain young teams are gonna build off of what the Hawks build off of just really being that great young team and surprising team. But now the thing that the Hawks have that the Grizzlies don't is shooting.
That's
you need
true.
shooting in the playoffs. You need to know. You need to have your guys ready to go. And who knows? A trade deadline. You never know. It all depends on where the Grizzlies fit right now. And you've been high on the Grizzlies, man. So it's
I have. I'll admit it.
No, it's good. It's a good pick. John Morant showing everybody. He's putting everybody on notice that I'm here. So I'm ready to go.
Which brings me to a fun little question I have to ask.
Yeah.
If you were building a team, if you were the GM and you were building a team, and for the next 10 years you're going to have this player, would you rather have Ja or Zion?
Oh, John Morant.
Okay, all right.
Zion hasn't played one lick of game yet. He's 300-something pounds. He's showing that he's not really dedicated to the game of basketball as much. Because John Morant, man, and they played AAU basketball together, and John Morant is showing more than Zion. Now Zion gets focused.
A lot more grit.
If Zion gets focused, lose some weight, and really work on his craft, and not just just rely on his athleticism, I think Zion Williams could be the face of the NBA
because he's so explosive.
Yeah, but he needs to leave the Pelicans. The Pelicans organization is just a mess. Brandon Ingram, I would do a Brandon Ingram for Jaylen Brown, or a Brandon Ingram for a Tatum. He's on my list to get out of here too, because
anybody can go as long as we win.
Anybody can go. So I'm hoping Zion comes back. I'm hoping everybody comes back. Like we said, to recap our episodes, man. This episode today, Kyrie, come back. Just take the vaccine, bro. Just take it.
Yeah, just take the vaccine, man.
Take it, bro. I understand that you feel a certain way, and again, it's your body. Respect it. But like, come on, bro. We want to see you hoop.
Yeah.
Don't. I know you said you'll threaten to retire if they trade him, but like, come on, man. Can we just get at least a couple shots out of you? Just a couple shots. Just a couple shots. You know. But again, man, Kyrie Irving. I'm hoping that situation gets ready. I'm hoping everybody, the teams that we talked about today, the Lakers. We all want to see the Lakers win still.
Yeah.
We all want to see the Bulls become, because that's what I've been big on. These sports, man. These it's crazy, man. After the pandemic season year for all sports, you see coming into this year, there's teams, man, that are just sneaking up,
their way in.
Sneaking in the way. My Patriots just got a big win last week, this past weekend. No one's talking about them. They could be a surprise team. You look at baseball. Look at the Braves. They're about to. Are they playing tonight?
No, I think they play tomorrow night.
They play tomorrow
back
night.
to Houston. Yeah.
Oh, it's back in Houston. I would say that would have been nice to win in Atlanta. But if they take care of business there, no one was talking about the Braves like that. College football, we don't know what's going on in college football.
Not a clue. I ain't got a damn clue anymore.
Not a clue. From the beginning of the season, you felt good about where in certain teams.
And did anyone think at the start of the NFL season that the Cardinals would go 7-0 to start the season?
Listen, and I know this is a basketball show, but look, did you hear about the big trade today?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I'm like, LA is gonna destroy some people.
Tom Brady, they might force you to retire.
Yeah.
What?
I was like, hold on, what? I was like, no, that can't be right. Vaughn and AD on the same line?
Jalen Ramsey. They already had the top number 2 defense?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm talking about. The NBA is getting, you just never know what teams the Knicks are back.
It's getting more interesting. Like last year, no one thought the Hawks were serious going into the playoffs. They thought they were a lucky team. Then they have 2 7-game series. They play the Bucks. They get injured. They got beat up because they played too long of series. I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
2 7-game series back to back, you'll wear yourself out.
Yeah.
Which is what happened, but no one expected that. No one expected the Bucks to win.
I wish they would have took advantage of that game where Giannis was out and Middleton just dropped 50 points and that was the deciding factor of the series.
We should have shut that game out. Yeah,
the Hawks would have been in the finals right now. But yeah, man, just the energy that we're gonna keep going with this.
And I'm saying it because there's no way to prove it. If we went to the finals, we would have beat the Suns. I'm saying it, okay? We would have beat the Suns. You can argue with me, that's fine.
I think Chris Paul would have took it. That's
fine. You can argue, but we'll never know. So I can believe happily that if we win, we would have beat the Suns.
I agree with that. I agree. I don't agree with the result, but I agree that the Hawks would have won if they didn't break down. Because Giannis, they got luck. They got lucked out. But again, if KD didn't step that foot on the line, you guys would be playing Brooklyn, and who knows what happens there. So
that's right.
This has been a great episode.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
So much fun. We talked about a lot.
Only one Wi-Fi problem the whole time.
Only one Wi-Fi problem. That was my fault.
Yeah.
So
I survived. I survived somehow.
But hey, now we're tied.
Yeah, now we're tied
again. So we got to break this tie. But again, man, and Reece, you can probably say too. We're excited that we're on episode 2, and we're moving to episode 3. It's been so good so far. We're gonna try to get some guests on here.
We've been having way too much. We're gonna have our guests come on and build rosters so they can also put Shaq and LeBron and Jordan in the same team, and just completely negate the entire point.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win.
Oh, you won. You won like 70 rings. Go down as the greatest team of all time. For sure. You won. Ain't nobody saying otherwise.
Listen, it is what it is at this point. You had some
You're
great
right.
players. You had some great players on there.
I was like, I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna be strategic. I'm gonna find some guys who were left off the list. I'm gonna pick some good ones. I come in.
Hey,
He names the top 3
come on,
guys off the
man.
list.
Ben,
He's
come
like
on.
Shaq, LeBron, MJ. Let's just line them up. We're gonna put Paul Pierce in there and pretend like no one knows who Paul Pierce is.
Hey, I put Rondo in there. I put Rondo.
Oh yeah, you put Rondo. I'll give you
Put
that.
Baron Davis. Got
Put
Baron
Baron
Davis in there. I got Ben Wallace.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Rasheed. Well, you got Chris Webber, man. Chris
I
Webber
did.
wasn't no scrub.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't on the list. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
You got Grant
4 of
Hill.
your starting 5 were the top 75 players of all time. I mean,
Listen, it's either you win or you don't. You ever heard?
Okay, all right, you're right.
Kill or be killed.
You're right. You're right. I should have come in with a little more intensity. It's my bad.
You said Mutombo, I say Shaq.
Yeah, I was like, okay, shit. He went hard in the paint, first player. Okay, like
you
could
said
have
Chris
stopped
Webber, I
at
said
Shaq.
LeBron.
I would have been like, that's good enough.
Oh, hey man, you said Kobe though. You said
I
Kobe.
did.
I have to match that with MJ. You know that's always been
Yeah,
since
you're
we
right.
were young.
You're right.
Kobe, MJ. I'm going
Right.
MJ, Kobe. You know what I mean? It's just you got to match it there. But I get it. I mean, LeBron and Chris Webber
Ain't a good matchup.
ain't a good match. I mean, you could sub Chris Webber for Grant Hill.
You're right. Maybe that would match. Maybe I don't know. We'd see.
I don't know. Ginobili versus Parker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Got Ginobili in there.
Yeah. What I mean, if you're trying to convince me right now that I can do shit about Shaq with the Tumbo, I appreciate
double him.
I appreciate double him and leave MJ open or LeBron or Paul Pierce.
You leave Rondo. Open.
I still win. I still would be like, oh, this is a bad idea. There's no good option here.
Listen, 7-game series. That'll be a 7-game series.
No, it would be a we got wiped in 3. I mean, we wouldn't even get a 4th game. They'd be like, you got beat so bad in the 3rd, we just gonna let you have it. I mean,
Oh man. Listen, we'll make a better list. All
right.
Hey, listen. I get it. But at the end of the day, right?
I see what happened here.
We're all friends here.
Yeah, we're all friends.
Well, Shaq will swipe it
a little crazier than others, but we're all friends.
We'll change jerseys after the game. You know,
okay,
take the
okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Hey, Reece, man, this has been amazing. Another episode down. Please, thank you for everybody that tuned in. We're gonna keep this ball rolling. We got next Monday, episode 3. Who knows what's gonna happen for episode 3? We're gonna discuss throughout the week what we got planned. And Reece, anything else, man?
No, just happy to be here. This has been way too much fun. I mean, we've been laughing way too much about this.
Laughing way too much. And like always, shout out Enough Talk.
Mm-hmm.
One of our guys that we support. He supports us as well. We're making some moves on that end. Shout out Dan. Our guy Dan holding it down.
Got me on the show.
Got you on the show. And you know, we're gonna continue to create great content. And you know, we'll see everybody next week, man.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Let's get it, man. I'll see y'all.
Peace.
Peace.